The following is a live sports presentation on Glycon.
Glycon's coverage of Central Kentucky high school football starts now.
Along with the Brown Cancer Center.
On a delightful Friday night for football in Shelbyville, Kentucky, we welcome you for Glycon's presentation of Kentucky high school football. From Robert Doyle Stadium in Shelbyville, we welcome you in alongside my broadcast partner, the man to my left, Jamie Brown. Hi, everyone. I'm John Baldridge. And Jamie, a big matchup tonight between two teams trying to find some consistency. Lafayette comes in 1-2. The Shelbyville team, they're 0-3. First for Lafayette, it's a team that brings back a very strong quarterback from last year in Gio Kondo, threw for 500 yards this year already. What are they trying to do to be able to pick up a win here this evening? I mentioned consistency. For Shelby County, they were outscored 43-0 last week, outscored 86-0 over the last two games. It's a team that's trying to find some rhythm. 85% of the roster is either freshmen or sophomores. What do they need to do to be able to perform better?
Well, when you're in a losing streak, and they are, you just look for small things. So I'd expect them to do simple things on offense, try to control the ball, keep it out of Lafayette's hands, and just go 1 yard at a time and try to make good plays and find the positive.
Well, it should be a fun one. We got a lot to come on Glycon's pregame show this evening. It's a beautiful night for football as we look at the weather. Brought to you by Suntime Pools and Spas. I don't know about you, Jamie, but right now it'd be a perfect time to get into a pool, and Suntime Pools and Spas is a great place if you have a pool. 81 degrees and sunny on a picture-perfect night for football here in early September. We'll come back with more, catch up with the head coach. Next, all the visitors. We'll be back on Glycon in a moment.
Leaves and other dirt and grime are no match against the experts at Suntime Pools, your BioGuard dealer. Weekly service, computerized water testing, or just need advice. Our reputation has made us the company of choice for all your pool needs. Visit us today for a full line of BioGuard swimming pool products. Suntime Pools.
Hey, who turned out the lights? Hello?
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Get started by finding the program that works for you at bluegrass.kctcs.edu. Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for your world.
We'll get back on Glycad's pregame show at Shelby County, catching up with the head coach of Lafayette now in his 4th season, John Lawson. John, thanks for your time.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you having me on.
Coach, I want to talk about your game last week. You're coming off that loss to Franklin Simpson. What did you learn about your team, and what do you want to carry into this week?
What I've learned is we're just inconsistent in our play sometimes, and so we went from our first week when we played Collins, had a good half, kind of self-destruct the second half to bounce it back the second week. But we just have to find some consistent play overall for the team. And, we do that and we bounce back again this week. I think we'll get better. I think we learned from that experience. And I think that the guys have practiced and prepared well this week.
Yeah, only the one touchdown last week, but your quarterback, Gio Condo's thrown for over 500 yards this year. Talking about not just him, but this whole offense, how important is it to develop the run game and both the pass game to stay balanced?
It's very important, actually. Anymore, I was talking to Condo today, as a matter of fact, and I'm like, sometimes it's okay to use your legs, because I always emphasize how he's a dual threat quarterback, but he doesn't run a lot. And so it opens up the pass game as well when people have to worry about you running as well. So I think we've gotten in a place where if he knows that something's not available within a reasonable amount of time, that he's going to take off running. He's going to get some yards and get ready for the next play, because we want to spend more time on offense so our defense can get a little bit of a rest.
Yeah, you got so many talented targets for Condo, too, talking about Cale Locklear, Colton Coleman. What has really impressed you about your receiving group this year?
They're a very unique group. They're quiet, they're hardworking kids, and if they get the ball in their hands, any of them can make big plays. And so they've worked together now for a couple of years, and you can see the development and where they've grown the last couple of years. And I'm just excited about even moving forward this year, how much more they can actually produce for the team. So they're going to do some great things tonight, and I'm excited for all the entire team and the offense.
One more for head coach of the Generals in his 4th year, John Lawson. John, thanks for your time. You guys came in 1-2, as I just mentioned. You come off that loss. When you look at the Rockets on film, what really stood out, and how's practice been this week getting ready for them?
Well, like I said, they've been working really hard this week. We've done a lot of preparing about ourselves, because going into any game we play, it's us versus us. I mean, you can't always focus on the other team because you have to improve yourself first. I do know the Rockets run the ball really well. They're a heavy run team, so our guys got to be aggressive and make some tackles tonight so we can get the ball back to our offense and hopefully make some big plays tonight.
Coach, best of luck tonight, and thanks for your time.
Yes, sir. Thank you as well.
That's the head coach of the Generals in his 4th year, John Lawson. More on the pregame show next on Glycad.
Tow? Martin's Peterbilt Towing Service is here 24/7. Based in London and Pikeville, we will travel to you. Commercial trucks and trailers, no job too big. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
This is Woody with Simpsonville Automotive. Hope you're enjoying the game. We're leaders in customer care because we're always on. Free air out front, 24/7. Our gift to the town, it's always on. 6 loaner cars ready for pickup or delivery anytime. After hours, use our drop box or secure pickup boxes anytime. My team gets it done. Simpsonville Automotive, we are leaders in customer care.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Welcome back on the pregame show on Glycod alongside Jamie Brown. I'm John Baldridge getting you set for kickoff here in Shelby County. Look at tonight's keys of the game brought to you by Martin Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. They strive to keep your trucks moving with outstanding parts, availability, and unmatched service. Coach first for Lafayette. School established back in 1939, averaging about 20 points per game, giving about 30 points per game. Had a big win 2 weeks back against Henry County, putting 46 points across the board, winning 46-8. But a big loss last week, only 7 points. Were shut down offensively, lost 35-7 to Franklin Simpson, now 1-2. What do they need to do? What do they need to do right tonight to be able to get a win here on the road?
I really feel for Lafayette. You heard Coach say it. Score first and score often. Make Shelby County doubt, because Shelby County's been losing. You want to make them doubt a little bit. I was intrigued by his comments about the quarterback, so I'm going to look and see if there's any quarterback runs. I know he wants to run the ball better. And then defensively, stop the run, tackle well. I think that's important for Lafayette.
Yeah, outside of their quarterback and Gio Kondo don't really run the ball a whole lot. He runs some, but try to get him more involved this evening. For Shelby County, they come off a loss 43-0 to Collins last week. They're on a 14-game losing streak, haven't won a game in 2 years since October 6th of 2023. But a new coach, Pal Miller, takes over and trying to really build that chemistry early on. 85% of the roster is freshmen and sophomores. What do they need to do to be able to get the ball moving tonight and be able to get some points across the board?
Well, they're a running team, so we always say stay on schedule. When they run the ball, they need to get 3 or 4 yards and not get in third and long, second long, because they can't throw the ball. And then when you've been losing, Coach Eskridge is a good friend of mine. He's the defensive coordinator. They've been talking to their team this week about doing the little things and playing through adversity. So that's the emphasis. Don't let adversity bring you down. Control the ball on offense, and then on defense, you got to tackle an open space against a spread offense.
Yeah, I think the big point we'll talk about throughout the broadcast is the giveaways for Shelby County, how many times Lafayette's taken the ball away, 6 times this year to be exact. So I think that will play a big factor as well this evening.
Yeah, Shelby County's -10 on the year in the turnover factor. So he said win the turnover battle, and they're -10. So that's going to be huge also. Don't give Lafayette a short field.
That's tonight's Keys of the Game, brought to you by Martin Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. This broadcast is authorized by Shelby County High School with the production rights owned by Glycod. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all students, participating athletes, and coaches. We thank you for being with us. We have plenty more to come as we'll take a break and come back next with the head coach of Shelby County and Pal Miller. Football in Kentucky on Glycod.
A tow? Martin's Peterbilt Towing Service is here 24/7. Based in London and Pikeville, we will travel to you. Commercial trucks and trailers, no job too big. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
This is Woody with Simpsonville Automotive. Hope you're enjoying the game. We're leaders in customer care because we're always on. Free air out front, 24/7. Our gift to the town, it's always on. 6 loaner cars ready for pickup or delivery anytime. After hours, use our drop box or secure pickup boxes anytime. My team gets it done. Simpsonville Automotive, we are leaders in customer care.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
Welcome you back to Shelby County on today's pregame show on Glycod. I'm John Baldridge, catching up with the Rockets head coach in his first season, Pal Miller. Pal, thanks for your time.
Thank you very much, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for coming on and giving me some time for the ball game this evening. Coach, you're in your first year, I just mentioned. What's that whole process of being your alma mater, going back there, and your approach to building this program and this culture?
Yeah, the biggest thing for us as a program right now is getting back to a winning and championship culture and mindset, and making sure our guys know what it means to be a Rocket. That's been our ultimate goal since taking the position, is making sure they know the guys and the alumni and the football program that have come before them, but also that they've set an expectation previously. Every team, every group that comes through sets the bar, and it's our job to raise it and not lower that expectation. This place has had a lot of success throughout the years, and while we've had a few down years here, we're trying to get back to knowing what Rocket football is all about, knowing what we're all about, and taking a collective approach of we're individuals, but we're all pulling in the same direction as a team, and making sure we're good to go.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned what Rocket football is all about, but what really is Rocket football? What does that look like? What does that mean to you?
Yeah, that's a great question. Rocket football, to me, is a place that prepares you for the next phase in life, for whatever that is. And it's a place that we want our kids and students to be proud that when they leave this program or leave this school, they leave with their head held high, and they want to always come back and be a part of this. But it's also a family. Rocket football, from the 60s, 70s, 80s, when we've won state championships, this place and this community has always supported our football program. So we're trying to train our guys to know that this place can give you everything you want in life, but you've got to put in the hard work, the dedication, make this place a priority, and make being a Rocket a priority. Because if you invest in this program, it's 100% going to invest in you and give you every opportunity to be successful beyond these 4 years that you're with us.
Coach, you got a lot of young leadership on this team, a lot of young sophomores, your quarterback in Staples, your sophomore running back in Eric Taylor, which players learning very quickly. How are they growing into their roles?
Going into the year, 85% of our rosters, freshmen and sophomores.
Yeah.
And not saying that's a good thing or bad thing. It's just, it's a fact of where we are as a program. They're taking on roles that, necessarily we're not in a place to have them have time to grow up and mature as slow. It has to happen now. But going into the season, it was the first time in a few years we're not really looking at any one position where we're saying, this guy isn't ready to play. We have some guys that, we got to grow and learn when adversity hits, how to handle that, how to get better, how to lean on what you've been taught to do as a football player. but the youth isn't what scares us. It's the fact that we are setting expectations, and we're going to hold you accountable to that. Here's where we are as a program. Here's what we expect. Here's what we're going to do. And those, young players that you mentioned, there's, 10, 15 more that take on leadership roles. And it doesn't matter if you're a freshman, senior, whoever. We want to grow this program, and we want to see guys lean into the fact that it doesn't necessarily have to be that you're a senior to be a leader. Anybody and everybody can open their mouth. They can hold people accountable. They can hold their teammates accountable. They can hold us accountable as a coaching staff, and we want to make sure we're ready to go.
Finally.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
To hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side.
Little everyday conversations about the dangers of underage drinking can make a big difference in a child's life. Talk, they hear you.
This is Woody with Simpsonville Automotive. Hope you're enjoying the game. We're leaders in customer care because we're always on. Free air out front 24/7. Our gift to the town. It's always on. 6 loaner cars ready for pickup or delivery anytime. After hours, use our drop box or secure pickup boxes anytime. My team gets it done. Simpsonville Automotive. We are leaders in customer care.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Back on the pregame show on Glycad, I'm John Baldridge as we get set for football. We look at tonight's game plan, brought to you by Elite Building Products in Nicholsville. The right decision for your home. Good matchup this evening. Lafayette coming in 1-2. Shelby County looking for their first win, 0-3. We talked about the keys to the game. The turnover battle is going to be a big story. We'll talk about both coaches shortly here. John Lawson's in his 4th year. You've been with a lot of different programs, Jamie. 4 years, you finally got your seat under your belt. You got a good quarterback. He's in his senior year in Gio Kondo. He's over 500 yards. He really feels like he has the team to go out there and put together a really good season this year.
Well, in his interview, he talked about the consistency that he's seeing in practice this week, and he talked about the group of receivers have been together and they're learning each other, so on and so forth. So in your 4th year, you know those things about kids. And the biggest thing he said to me as a coach, I heard him say, we got to get better at what we do. So in year 4, you're really focused on growing the program and getting better at what you do, not as much as the opponents all the time.
For the Rockets, we talked with their head coach, Pal Miller. We had to cut this question out, but he talked about the offense needing to be better. They've given away the ball a lot this year, 13 times already. you got to be able to hold the ball, get downfield, and keep your defense off the field, and have so many underclassmen, 85% of the roster's freshmen and sophomores. You got to find a way to build on something, right?
Right, and if you listen to him, he didn't say anything about X's and O's.
Yeah.
He talked about leadership. He talked about building the program pride, because when you're in a losing cycle, you've got to find things to build on and make plays when you can make them. But vitally important to be able to run the ball and keep the ball away from the offense tonight. So that minus 10 turnover, as we discussed, is really difficult. But Powell is looking for good things to happen and then learn to play through adversity, because he's in the first year. He's trying to learn everything about his team. He's trying to build a young team. So it doesn't surprise me a young team is minus 10 in turnovers. He's looking for the attitudes first. The football will follow.
Yeah, Coach, how hard is it that how hard is that to be able to get the attitude where you want it to be and to lead on so many underclassmen?
It's extremely difficult, because when you take over a program that's been losing, there's so much in front of you to do. And I remember Lou Holtz had this saying, the old Notre Dame coach, win. What is important now? And that's what he's trying to do. Each day he's got to focus on what's important today and what's important now. Down the road we can worry about other things. But today we need to make sure the weight room's done right. We need to make sure we got the locker room right. We need to make sure we snap the ball and we don't fumble it. Little things are what he's focusing on to get wins, to build confidence.
Well, it should be exciting. Shelby County, who's lost their first 3 games of the year, 14 straight dating back to October 6th of 2023. Lafayette coming in off a loss. They're trying to get back to 500. We'll have more and get you set for this game next on Lafayette. We take a break. Be back in a moment.
We're here to hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side.
Little everyday conversations about the dangers of underage drinking can make a big difference in a child's life. Talk, they hear you.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
From Glycod, it's Central Kentucky High School football. Tonight's game is brought to you by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for your world. Manowar Harley-Davidson, 100% Kentucky owned and operated. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. New Vista. We see the good ahead. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling. Elite Building Products in Nicholasville, where you'll find top quality products for your home. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. Suntime Pools and Spas, good people to know if you have a pool. And by Fast Signs. Now to the field for all the action from Glycod on Central Kentucky High School football.
Well, the lights are on, the heat is here, and the sun is out. The pigskin's about to fly as we're set for football on this Friday night, week 4 of the Kentucky High School docket alongside Jamie Brown. Once again, I'm John Boulders as the captain's meeting right now with the umpires as we get set on this Friday in Shelbyville, Kentucky Central High School football in Kentucky on Glycad. And Jamie, we talked about both of these teams on the pregame show. Shelby County 0-3. The Generals of Lafayette, they're 1-2. Both teams coming in off losses. And we talked about some of the keys, some of the key playmakers into this ball game. But I think the big story, as we mentioned, is the turnover battle, making sure you don't give away the football tonight.
Well, we talked about Shelby runs the ball a lot, and so obviously the turnovers have been fumbles. So we see what they're doing on offense, see what exactly they're trying to do to keep the ball safe. And if they do throw it, then you don't want an interception for sure because you're not throwing it much as anyways. And in Lafayette, try to establish the run as we talked about, but don't give the ball to Shelby County on the turnover. Make sure that you win the turnover battle.
So Shelby County deferred. Lafayette will receive the football and take it first with their senior quarterback in Gio Kondo, who's thrown over 500 yards this year. Only 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, but 35 for 73, a 48% completion rating, and threw for 123 last week, but 2 INTs. And I think that's the big story as Lafayette will try to pass the football. For this Rockets team, they'll try to run the football. The question is who's going to do it better tonight? And we'll see here early on with the senior quarterback coming out.
Well, it doesn't surprise me Lafayette took the ball because you want to get ahead and make Shelby County play from behind because they're a run-exclusive team, so you want to make them play from behind. I know the first game against Collins, it was halftime, it was 7-7 in that range, and then the second half Lafayette did not play well and ended up losing that game. So I expect Coach Lawson wants an entire effort tonight also. But he wants the ball to go up 7-0, put the pressure on Shelby from the beginning.
Well, the sun was beaming right in on our press box about 2 hours
ago.
It's slowly going down. It's making nice things very comfortable here, a very calm evening, trying to get some breeze flowing to our press box as well. And again, our weather tonight, 81 degrees and sunny, and tonight's weather forecast once again presented by Suntime Pools and Spas. Good people to know for your pool. I like having a pool right now. Be nice and comfortable. The pools are closed, but in September, it'd be nice to get out there and enjoy a nice day at the pool. We're set for football. And, Coach, I'll get your final comments, final thoughts before this thing gets underway tonight.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to see some type of what we call an exotic in the coaching game, a trick play in normal parlance from Shelby County. Try to get something positive early, make something happen. And on the other side, I think Lafayette's going to probably go deep 3 or 4 plays into this, test Shelby's secondary and young players and try to make a play that way.
For Lafayette, their athletic director, Dallas Kingsoffer, and also their offensive coordinator for this football team, Ashton Bailey, both alums of Shelby County. And that'll be an interesting story through this ball game early on as we'll see the senior quarterback in Kondo. And Bailey, who played his football back here at Shelby County, will send his offense out there early on.
Well, it always gives you a little extra incentive. Even though you went there, you want to do well in front of the people you know. And you never know if they wanted to coach here or something like that. You don't know how that works. But I do expect you to see a deep pass early, to your point, of the quarterback being a senior against a young team.
Meet the coaches once again in his 4th year. John Lawson, a record of 9 wins and 27 losses for Lafayette. For Shelby County, Hal Miller, he's 0-3, was a quarterback here at Shelby County, graduating in 2004, back at his alma mater, back with this program, also the athletic director, managing many different tasks with this school. Was doing soccer last night when I spoke to him. Now he's out here on the diamond getting set on the gridiron of football tonight as we are set to kick it away on this Friday. We hope you enjoy it. Let's play at Shelby County High School, Robert Doyle Stadium. Generals will get it in their white tops, red bottoms, blue jerseys for Shelby County. And it's kicked away and taken back. Cross the numbers on the far side, past the 10, breaks past the 30, a flag down out past the 40, close to midfield and pushed in towards Shelby County territory at the 48, but we'll check the penalty and probably will push it back.
Probably is coming back, but you always teach your returner to make one man miss and you've got a chance to get a big return, and that's what he did. He made a man miss and he got a pretty good return, but looks like it will come back.
J.J. Richardson, the junior, on the return. He'll be holding on Lafayette. Will push them back inside their own territory for first down. So we'll see Gio Kondo, the senior quarterback. Mentioned once again, 10 for 21 last week. 2 INTs and a completion rate about 50% through 3 games this year. What do you expect to see early on from this offense?
I do expect a deep shot early, but I would expect quick throws, maybe some screens, settle him in, and then maybe at 4th or 5th play, look for something deep out of Lafayette, try to get ahead here, 7-0.
Lawson talked about Kondo needing to use his legs more, a dual threat quarterback. We'll see what they decide to do on first down.
It'll be interesting to see if they call any runs for him also to make him use his legs. That's what I'm looking for.
They'll start from the shotgun.
Looks like confusion, and he's asking for a timeout.
At the 15-yard line. Before the first play, Kondo running off the field. We'll see if they burn a timeout.
It must be an equipment issue, something, maybe not a mouthpiece or something, because the backup quarterback seems to be coming in. But
So Kondo will check out on the first play.
it'll be interesting if they stay with the play call or if they change it. I've never seen that happen, I got to be honest with you.
So Cale Locklear, the receiver senior, will check in. And now it looks like they'll have Kondo try to check back in this game.
Well, there should be a delay of game. If I'm Coach Miller, I'm losing my mind right now. But
and finally a timeout is used. So a quirky start to this ball game.
Can't say I've ever seen that in all the football I've seen, John. But if it's an equipment violation, then as a coach, you're asked, are all your kids legally equipped? And if they're not, it could be a penalty. So a little bit of a weird situation there.
So no play from the line of scrimmage. 9 seconds in, already a timeout burn by Lafayette, and not a good start for the Generals here on the road.
They look confused on the offense, too, what they wanted to do. Even when the second guy came in, it looked like they were trying to change the play. So, again, not sure what the problem was, maybe an equipment issue. But if I'm Coach Miller, I want a penalty out of that. Back them up.
So Lafayette will talk it over with John Lawson. They're the OC for the Generals and Ashton Bailey for first down. Start from the 15-yard line. Mentioned last week, Generals only 7 points offensively, losing 35-7.
Well, they changed the formation from the original call, so this would be, see what they do.
So Kondo back in from the shotgun, and he'll go right up the middle. Got a couple blockers.
I think they actually used a different running back and called a run. Number 20.
Harrison Stevens, the ball carrier, the sophomore. Goes right up the gut as Michael Richardson comes in and applies the hit. And it's second down. You mentioned early on trying to use the quarterback with the run right there. They snap it to the running back.
Yeah.
Second down and 6. Kondo looking, pressure comes, flips, and an incomplete pass. Just trying to get rid of it. Are they going to call this a turnover?
I think
incomplete pass.
I think we had a hold originally, and I'm not sure about the intentional grounding, but pressure right away on the quarterback, and he just tried to get out of the pocket.
So Robbie Moore got back there and applied some pressure on Kondo. It brings up third down, but a penalty marker is down once again early on. And we'll check the penalty as third down upcoming. We'll have a holding here, looks like, on the offense.
Face mask.
Call a face mask on Lafayette, and a very slow start for the Generals offensively.
Yeah, not what you want if you're Coach Lawson. So I don't think I've ever seen a face mask on an offensive lineman either. Maybe hands to the face, but interesting start.
And here comes the Shelby County head coach, Powell Miller, out there to speak with the umpire and the two officials right now. Now they move the ball forward up to the 19-yard line.
He may have declined it to make it third down.
So less than 50 seconds in, already 2 penalties. And a very slow start for Lafayette. This is not what you wanted if you're John Lawson making the trip down here tonight, trying to find something early on.
At the 14-yard line. 2nd and 11 for the Generals.
They'll make it 2nd and 11, so they'll back it up. And they'll accept the penalty. Kondo's going to hand it up. He's got a hole up the middle. Breaking past the 30, 45, out to the 50, and he loses a football. It falls down on the diamond and out past the 44. We got a muff football on the turf. Who got it back? Kondo had a big seam. He jumped back on top of it.
Well, that was a called quarterback run, like we discussed. Would coach call some runs to make him run it, and that was one. And he had a nice run there, and then forgot to take the ball with him the last 5 yards. But early run to get him using his legs, as Coach mentioned. So they're trying to force it on him.
So all the way into Shelby County territory to the 44-yard line. 1st and 10. Lucky to get it back. He'll throw this time. He's got a receiver and Locklear, and overshoots him.
Yeah, he was open, threw it high.
had plenty of time there.
Incomplete, broken up by number 18.
Talked about Locklear today on the pregame show. Has been very strong early on this year. Comes in 16 catches for over 220 yards with 2 touchdowns. And the senior matchup there couldn't be caught. It's second down.
Different formation again here. This is something new.
They're going to go on the ground here on second down. Breaking out right side is J.J. Richardson. Now breaks up the middle and's got a crease and's got the first down. Stays on his feet past the 30 and still moving past the 20, breaking off tackles and all the way to the 18-yard line. What a run by J.J. Richardson.
Well, we talked about Shelby County tackling well, and there was an example of what happens when you don't tackle well, an extra 10 yards. But nice run by that young man. So that play is called outside zone. Some people call it stretch. You find a seam in the defense on the outside, and then you get vertical and find yards. So 3 called runs already by Lafayette in the first drive. Shows you where Coach Lofton's head is.
26 yards on the run, all the way down in the red zone to the 18-yard line. Go under 10 minutes here in this first quarter. First drive for either team. From the right hash. Shotgun snap taken by Kondo. He'll fake the handoff. Pressure comes and he'll be stuffed. Sacked in the backfield. And a big loss on first down.
Yeah, a lot of pressure immediately. That formation is what's called 20 personnel, 2 running backs, 3 receivers. So it's supposed to be some type of cross-buck play action and then throw the ball. But pressure right away, and he had no chance to throw the ball anywhere.
That's the second time tonight we've seen pressure on Kondo.
Credit goes to number 50.
Big loss of 5 on first down at 2nd and 15. Back to the 25-yard line. Kondo sends his running back in motion and's got a pass over the middle. Breaking off tackles, breaking inside the 10, staying on his feet, and all the way into the end zone is Colton Coleman for the touchdown. 25 yards, just dumped it off, and Coleman had some space, found a seam, and works it inside for an early touchdown for the Generals.
That's what we call rocket or slip scheme in the coaching world. It's the outside receiver comes underneath. Really execute it well, and then their missed tackle in the middle of the field at about the 12 equals touchdown. So, again, not tackling well in space, which is you have to do that versus a spread offense.
So a drive that was pushed back, 3rd and 6 at the 19-yard line. Able to move forward and all the way in for a touchdown.
A little bit surprised there wasn't a penalty at the end of that. He spiked the ball into the base of the goalpost. So I think the officials might have missed one there.
Set to kick for the Generals, number 1, Jackson Grant.
And Jackson Grant will come on for the extra point. 1 for 1 on the year. From field goal range and trying to make an extra point was 1 for 1 last week. And 1 for 1 tonight. Puts it through. Missed it. Correction there, 9:03 left. We'll take a timeout at 6-0. Lafayette on Glycia.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Back on Glycod as we welcome you back with 9:03 to play in the first. Alongside my broadcast partner Jamie Brown, I'm John Boulders. And a strong start for the Generals. A push back 3rd and 6, their own 19. Got the run game going, able to find Colton Coleman for a 25-yard touchdown and have a 6-0 lead early on.
Three called runs, including a called quarterback run, which we discussed we might see, and overcoming the adversity in the beginning on the 3rd and long, and then a nice call on the screen down here, a nice run by the receiver. What interests me is the 3 called runs, really trying to establish the run and get the offense more balanced for the rest of the year.
So the Rockets will get the ball for the first time. A team that hasn't scored since week 1.
For the Rockets, number 3.
And looking for some points here. As they'll get the ball and it's kicked away by Grants, who missed the extra point to keep it 6-0 from the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Shelby needs to get a couple first downs here and just settle down, already being down 6-0, not let anything snowball.
So Grants will kick it away, and back to receive is number 19.
Kickoff goes through the end zone.
And Eric Taylor goes over his head and will have a touchback. We'll see the first time tonight for Shelby County's offense. So we'll see their quarterback and Briley Staples, the 5'11 sophomore, very sophomore, freshman-driven team they have with Shelby County. 85% of the roster, an underclassman. And under their first year, head coach Pal Miller will send his offense on the field. A team that's trying to find some offense here this week. Really struggled last week to move the ball offensively, getting only 92 yards on the ground.
Well, they seem to be one-dimensional from what we see and have been told, so we'll see if they can develop any type of passing game tonight.
Did not complete a pass last week, went 0 for 9.
That makes for a long evening.
They'll start from the 20. Up the middle. They'll push forward with the quarterback, I believe. Still keeping his legs moving. Maybe got an extra yard to the 23-yard line. Went Staples.
So called quarterback run, get 3 yards. Nice effort at the end of the run. A positive play. That's what you want to see.
John Lawson really talking about the defensive front, the front four for the Generals. I think they'll play a big factor. If they can slow down this run game, they'll be very successful tonight.
Yeah, they certainly look the part as you look at those 4 guys up there. That'd be an interesting battle as the game goes on. Do they wear down from all the runs?
He mentioned the one weakness he's seen so far is their secondary. We'll see if they try to open it up at all this evening. 2nd and 6 as they'll hand off and keep it on the ground. Pushing left side goes Taylor, and he'll get out past the 25, close to the 27 will make it, and it's 3rd and short.
Really nice design play there, a little counter action, motion somebody to the wide side, send both backs, and then hand it back the other way. Really nice run. So this is important down. You need to get a first down here, have some momentum, get some confidence, keep that defense off the field.
Got all the way to the 29, so it's a 3rd and 1 coming up.
Big play early in the game.
And a shotgun snap. As Staples going to hand it off and pushing out far side. Spinning off tackles is Barrow. And he'll be pushed back. Doesn't get to the line of gain. And that'll break 4th down.
That was the same play Lafayette had earlier in the game. But what happened there is Lafayette's D-line, to your point earlier, they penetrated and forced the running back lateral. He never found the seam in the defense. Nice job by the defensive line of Lafayette.
4th and 3 for the Rockets.
So a loss of 3 on the play. And it's 4th down and 4, not the start. For Shelby County had a 3rd down push back Lafayette on the last drive. Had a 3rd and 1 here. Now lose 3. They'll have to punt it away inside their own 15-yard line.
Yeah, that's a vitally important play early in the game.
So Generals back to receive, and a snap that one hops back to the punter. And this will be kicked out of bounds, close to the 40. We'll see where they mark it with 6:45 to go in the first quarter. And the Generals offense coming back on the field.
A little bit of a fortuitous bounce there for him to give him some more yards, but a vitally important drive for the defense here. They can't let themselves get down by 2 scores right now, so they need to get a stop here. As important as that 3rd down was to get it, now it's very important to try to get a stop here.
So they'll start from the 40-yard line is where they mark it. And what do you want to see from the Rockets defense here on the second drive?
You like to see 3 and out, you can, but at least make them earn anything they get and try to force a punt. Don't go down 12-0 here.
We talked about the Rockets only 92 yards on the ground, no pass yards last week. Gave up almost 450 yards in their loss to Collins, 43-0. From the 40-yard line, Kondo is going to fake the handoff and throw left side. He's got a receiver in Locklear, and a nice lick over there, able to break it up. Was Clay Seaton, and it's 2nd down.
Very nice play, good tackle, knocked the ball out. The advantage Shelby does have is Collins' offense is similar to Lafayette, so at least you saw it live, so you'd be a little better at it. So 2nd and 10 here, you need to keep them in 3rd and long, and you got a chance to get off the field.
Seaton, the junior, with a nice hit, a 3-dimensional guy. Already a couple catches this year, nice play there. And also had a kickoff return for a touchdown a couple weeks back. 2nd down and 10 from the 40.
That was a very nice hit. He closed on the ball and everything fundamentally correct. big down here to keep them in 3rd and long.
Once again, from the shotgun. They're going to fake the handoff, throw over the middle, and a ball in some tight area, caught by Locklear, close to the first down marker. He just flicked it over there to him.
There's a really nice throw in traffic, and he made a nice catch and held on to it with 2 people hitting him.
Lots of people in the area.
Sometimes they just make a play. You got to, again, respond to adversity, try to get a stop here.
Enough to get the first down all the way to midfield. 1st and 10 from the 50. Kondo is going to dump it off left side, and they'll be stopped right there. He was looking left side and almost dumped it to Lafayette.
So there was some type of option play. Both running backs were lined up next to him, and then he option pitched it. He actually pitched that forward. That probably should have been an incomplete pass, but I'm sure Coach Miller's not going to say anything and take the 2nd and 14. Here we go again. 2nd down, try to make a play, keep it 3rd and long.
Loss of 4 back inside their own territory to the 46-yard line, 2nd and 14. Kondo will take the snap as trips out to the far side. Has some pressures, got a man open downfield inside the 20, and it's caught. What a catch that way by Colton Coleman. Once again, finds his mark and inside the red zone.
So you got 2nd and long, and then you give up the play. We talked about Lafayette going deep or taking a shot early. There it was. Nice catch with somebody right on his shoulder there. Pretty good throw. He laid it out in front of him.
33 yards on the reception. Inside the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 17. Kondo has thrown a good ball tonight. Had plenty of time again right there. He'll throw it again, this time looking for Locklear, and couldn't hang on. Right around the 10, couldn't squeeze it in.
The timing was off a little bit. The receiver wasn't quite turned. That route's called a spot route or a choice stick. He wasn't turned to him when he threw it, so a little bit of timing off. I don't think he quite knew where he was going.
Correction, J.J. Richardson, the intended target there.
So we're in this situation again. 2nd and 10. Let's try to make it 3rd and 10, 3rd and 8.
Under 5 minutes left in this first quarter. And the Generals trying to go up 2 scores early on. Have it inside the 20 at the 17. 2nd down. Kondo takes the snap, is going to hand it off, trying to bounce off tackles. Believe that's Richardson. And J.J. Richardson, who was stuffed right around the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of 1 or 2.
Big play by the defense there in 2nd down. So now we got 3rd and long. That's going to be 2-down territory. But you want to get a good stop here and make it 4th and long.
Nice tackle by Lucas Moorhead. Sophomore, a very sophomore-driven team, as we talked about early on.
Well, the good thing about a young team, you're only going to get better every snap. So just keep playing.
He said he got back to the 17, so it is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap by Kondo, throws across the middle, and it's incomplete. Had his man, but couldn't bring it in, was Jackson Grants, and it's 4th down.
A little bit low, but that's a catchable ball. So I'm a little surprised if they're going to kick a field goal after he missed the extra point. But he must have some confidence in the kicker. And again, this is something you do to make him better, so down the road you can kick a field goal.
And the kicker is the guy just dropped the football, and Jackson Grants.
He gets his chance to make up for it.
And he'll try to put it in for 3, make it a 2-score game with 4:06 left in this first quarter.
On to attempt the 35-yard field goal.
35 yards from the right hash. Grants, the snap back, the hold down, the kick is up. It's on its way, and it's wide right. No good. So it's still a 6-0 game with 4:01 left in the first. We'll break. Be back in a moment with more on Glide Cap.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
So for the second straight drive, the Generals get inside Shelby County territory, but this time a missed kick keeps it a 6-0 game. And the Rockets will get it back alongside Jamie Brown. I'm John Baldridge, and plenty of time for Kondo, the quarterback for the Generals. Just some drop passes early on by Lafayette.
Particularly in that drive, you had time to throw it. Big drive here for Shelby. You need to get a couple first downs. Defense just stopped them. Get some confidence.
So we'll see Bradley Staples, a sophomore quarterback, back out there working with his offense. Trips out to the right side, and they'll run a reverse. Plenty of time looking downfield, looking for his receiver and Clay Seaton around the 50 and couldn't bring it in.
So going back to earlier, we talked about maybe Shelby might try what we call an exotic in the coaching world, a trick play. And that was it, trying to get a play there. But now it makes it more difficult to get a first down because you've got two downs to get 10 yards in your running offense. So, but you got to try that. With a young team, you got to try something.
Seaton only looking for his third catch on the year. That would have been his biggest catch on the season. Only 2 catches for 12 yards, but couldn't corral it in around the 50-yard line. It's 2nd down and 10. So push back at their own 20. Second drive for Shelby County early on in this football game. Staples will scramble out right side, throws off his back hip, and he'll just fling it into the sideline.
Yeah, nowhere to throw the ball. Well covered there. They're looking for the little flat route, but they had it well covered. Smart play by the quarterback. Just throw it away. Live for another down. Don't throw a pick. Do something stupid.
Big story for Shelby County coming in. 13 giveaways this year. 6 takeaways for Lafayette. That could be a story as Shelby County doesn't throw the football a whole lot. 0 for 9 last week. You got to expect at some point with that big interior front for the Generals, they'll have to try to open it up, and they're trying to early on, it looks like, here in this ball game. Staples throws again. He's got a receiver downfield at the 50, trying to hang on, and not able to was Eric Taylor. Had it in his mitts, and it fell right through his hands.
Couldn't complete the catch, as they say. To your point, John, also, what you may see is we'd go with some screen passes, maybe some draws to slow that front 4 down and open up the offense a little bit. But a nice pass there. Could have made a catch. Could have had a first down. Those are the plays you learn to make as you grow as a team.
Would have been a 30-yard reception. 2 plays on the drive around the 50, both incomplete. Through Seaton's hands there. Fell the hands of Taylor. Now it's 4th and 10. They'll have to punt it away. 3:41 to go in the first quarter. Lafayette. Jamie Brown, John Baldridge. This time a good snap back to the punter. This one will kick out a play inside Shelby County territory in very good field position at the 40-yard line is where Lafayette will start.
Short field, but your defense held last time. That's what you're hoping to get this time. Little things at a time. Little things at a time.
We'll start at the 40-yard line in great field position. Already up 6-0, and the third drive upcoming for the Generals. And, Coach, I really have liked what I've seen protection-wise for Kondo early on. Has had plenty of time. Just some drop passes, especially on that last drive. Trying to find his targets as he's been able to do. But bring in those passes. We'll see if they can jump across and get a 2-score lead here early on in this first quarter.
Yeah, a little bit of protection issue early, but the last couple of drives they've been really good at protecting you. And he moves around in the pocket well, so he's aware of where to go and move to get free.
Some big offensive front. Miles, Kendon Wilson as they go across the middle. It's dropped once again, looking for Coleman. It's 2nd down. Plenty of protection once again, quickly out of the hands of Kondo.
A little bit behind him, but again, he had both hands on it. So receiver coach always says you can catch that one. 2nd down now here, we've said already several times. Big down here, keep it 3rd and long. Don't give up a first down here.
John Lawson told me, as we were talking earlier today, the head coach of Lafayette, he sees his quarterback as a dual-threat quarterback, would love him to run more as he tries to hand it off here, and it's hit on the ground. Ball falls to the turf, and who's got it? Shelby County does. We're trying to hand it off in the backfield, and it fell out of the hands of Gio Kondo and back to the Rockets.
Well, I've noticed they've had some issues with their exchanges back there, and the ball's been bouncing around a little bit as he hands it. But to your point, we saw that quarterback run call earlier, trying to get him to run the ball. But he hasn't needed to the last couple of drives. His pocket's been clean. But they've had some issues with their exchanges early in the game with running backs already.
Had 2 running backs in the backfield. Kondo tried to hand it off and just lost the football out of his hands. And great field position back for Shelby County as they'll take over at their own 44-yard line. Best field position tonight for the Rockets.
Get a first down. That's what you're thinking here. Just get one first down and try to move from there.
3:25 to go in this first quarter. And Staples back out from the shotgun. Pistol formation. He'll hand it off up the middle. A good job by that defensive front by Lafayette. Not much room. Push back, able to pull forward maybe a yard.
Running back did a nice job of at least finding something because he was hit 2 yards in the backfield.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Got 1 yard. 2nd and 9 upcoming. Got to find some protection here early on. Allow time for Staples. Look downfield.
Well, he's thrown 2 nice balls downfield, so that definitely they can do it if they want to.
Pistol, and we almost have a jump, and there's the flag.
Yeah.
This will be on Lafayette as they jump off sides.
That's a big penalty. It takes that down to 2nd and 4. Obviously, it's big, but 5-yard penalties always hurt you.
So 2nd and 4 all the way to the 50-yard line. And Shelby County has it at midfield.
It'd be interesting to see if Shelby stays with what they had called on 2nd and 9.
Staples work from the gun. Receiver each way. Now looks over to the sideline and barking instructions. They're going to hand it off up the middle. A little misconfusion. I think that's on purpose. And up the middle went Taylor, and he gets close to the line of gain.
Another exotic trick play, so that's an old one in the coach's book. You act like you're yelling at the quarterback, you snap it at the running back. But good thing is now you're 3rd and short. You really need this first down. This is going to make a big difference in the game if they can get this.
Try anything in the book, Coach.
Well, as we said, trickery and trying to get something positive. Exactly.
Got 3, needs 1 on 3rd and 1 at the 47.
Problem is, anytime I tried that stuff, it blew up the other way.
Time for Staples, and the time disappears, and he'll be stuffed. Scrambled right, and then thrown for a loss.
They're trying to throw a throwback tight end pass back on the backside, and they covered it, so he had nowhere else to go.
Looking left side, and just nothing there. They'll have to punt it away, and that's a big stop for Lafayette.
Yeah, Shelby really needed a first down there. That's a big play.
A loss of 13 brings up 4th down and long. The punt unit back out there for the 3rd time. As they'll kick it away back to the Generals. Got some cookies up in the booth. Nice and comfortable evening. Beautiful weather temperatures. 81 at kickoff here in Shelby County. A good punt all the way down to the 30. And Lafayette will get it back. We'll take a break. It's a 6-0 ball game. Minute left in the first quarter.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Back on Glycod, it's a 6-0 Lafayette lead. They have the football, and they'll start from the 30-yard line. Kondo takes the snap, throws across the middle, and it's intercepted. Taken back by Shelby County, pushing near side all the way inside the red zone, down to the 10, inside the 5, and it's taken away by the Rockets.
So that's what you want. You're looking for something good to happen. That's what you had. They brought a blitz. They brought an A-gap blitz. Conde got a little bit rattled, and then he threw it to a spot, and they had a guy drop right to that spot. So nice play by the Shelby County defense. Now you need to score.
Lier Ragumba picks it off and works his way all the way inside the 10, down near the 5. And that's the spark you needed if you're Shelby County. right back into this football game.
Big play. You need to score here. Young team needs to have something good happen. Need to score.
It's first and goal, Rockets.
7th interception on the year for the Generals, and the first takeaway via the INT for Shelby County on the year. They'll start at the 7-yard line. And they'll hand it off and go near side. Got a hole, breaking off tackles inside the end zone is Christian Barrow. And we're tied at 6 in Shelbyville.
Broke a tackle and found the corner of the end zone. Nice run by that young man.
Barrow works his way in, and we're deadlocked with 41 left in the first quarter. A pick leads the points, and that's just what you needed for Pal Miller in his first year and trying to pick up the first win in 15 tries for Shelby County.
Well, to score on first down, too, right after you got the turnover, that makes it you're even more confident. So, key drive coming for Lafayette, but what a great thing for a young team.
Beautiful replay look. Second look at it there on our GlideCat camera. And Jamie, points are important, but they're especially nice when your defense sets you up.
Yeah, defense made a good stop down here before. Now, again, we get a turnover and they score. So, complimentary football. Very, very good.
Noah Hardesty with the extra point, and it's blocked. Lafayette got their hands on it, and we stay at 6. A minute left in this first quarter. And, Coach, that's exactly what you asked for. And it's good to see the offense able to really apply time, have time for the quarterback to pass. And Staples now got the run game going there, a nice run outside. And it feels like the confidence is finally back inside this field here on this Friday night.
Well, I've seen some things. Like Shelby County's thrown a couple passes that were very close to being completed, and then they've had a couple nice runs. And when they run like a counter action like they did on the goal line there, they're getting some yards out of it. So if you're coach, your pal, you're excited right now because you've made a play. Your kids are pumped on the sideline. Yeah, that extra point, that bothers you, but at the same time you're thinking, hey, we're in this game, and let's go make a play on defense again.
It's also Shelby County teams have been shut out in back-to-back games, able to get their first points since early on this year in week 2, and they're able to get it via an INT, which they haven't had one all season, only their 4th turnover on the year, first 3 coming off fumbles.
Well, and again, we go back to our pregame, winning the turnover battle when you're minus 10 for the year. So now they're +1, and look where we're at. So a lot of good things for Shelby County right now.
They'll kick it away at the 40-yard line.
Sets a kick for the Rockets, number 11.
With Hardesty. As Lafayette will get it back. And Clayton Seaton back. Sumi. Jackson Grant's back to receive for Lafayette. It's kicked away by Hardesty and taken back around the 17, up the middle. Scott Blakers going off right side. We got a flag down. This is Richardson inside the 35, all the way to the 30 of Shelby County. But we'll check the penalty, and for the second time tonight in this first quarter, a good return, but a penalty might bring it back once again.
Well, that's the worst kind of kick you want because you kick a line drive right to a guy on the run who's going forward, momentum. So the penalty again saved Shelby County, but that is not the kick you want in that situation.
Check the marker. More than likely going to be holding on the return team.
And it must have been a good one because 3 people threw the flag.
And it will be on Lafayette. We'll push them back inside their own territory.
During the return,
back around the 30-yard line or so.
It'd be interesting to see Lafayette's approach here. Will they try to score right away? They're going to try to establish the run again. How are they going to play this since things might be a little tighter than they thought they'd be?
Condo's 4th interception on the year with that touchdown pass early to Coleman, his 6th TD on the year. We talked about his passing yards over 500 coming in through 3 weeks, but has turned the football over in a team that doesn't run much at all. We'll see if they decide to go on the ground here early on after the INT there. They'll throw this time to Coleman. Out near side, gets past the 40 to the 42. Close to the sticks and has the first down. got 10. He'll move to
Tackle on the
chains.
play by number 15, Robbie Moore, and number 1.
Good timing on that, good route, and then excellent job of finding the yardage to find the first down.
I've really been impressed, Coach, with Locklear and Coleman. Really the go-to targets of Condo have both really been open. A couple drop passes. Besides that, they found a lot of room to move around on this diamond so far.
They're good receivers, and his little move he made back inside is where he found the extra yards. That's hard to teach a receiver to do that naturally.
And that will be the final play of the quarter as the clock hits double zeros. And we'll take a timeout. They'll start from the 42 as they flip sides. Lafayette with the football. First down upcoming. A game tied at 6. We'll be back for the second in a moment on Glide Cat.
Big fans here in Kentucky of great savings at Cartown Kia.
Start the season with a win with savings on an incredible lineup of hot new Kias. Like 2025 Kia Sorento, just $269 a month or buy for 0% financing. Or drive home a new 2025 Kia Seltos, just $209 a month. And win big on hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $169 a month. $169 a month.
Our team is here for your team at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Back on Glycod as we get set for the second. Game tied at 6, and alongside Jamie Brown, I'm John Baldridge. And Jamie, a really competitive first quarter, big turnover for Shelby County, set them up for their touchdown. What's impressed you from both teams early on?
I've been impressed with the quarterback for Lafayette in terms of his accuracy with the ball. And then Shelby County, just the grit, keeping playing even though they've been losing, trying to make a play, make things better, staying confident and sticking to the game plan. I also like Lafayette's receivers. They are. He mentioned in the pregame they're in tune with each other, and that's obvious that they are.
So it's first down upcoming after the 10-yard reception before the end of the first. And Gio Condo back out. The senior quarterback will work from the shotgun at the 42, and they'll hand it off out towards the right side. A flag is down, pushing close to the 45-46 for a gain of 4. We'll check the penalty.
So that was a different formation again. Lafayette, there's 3 open receivers on one side and what we call a nub tight end on the backside. So Lafayette used a lot of different formations early in this game also.
Holding penalty will be applied and assessed here. We'll bring it back to first down and long for Lafayette.
Penalty was a holding against Lafayette.
So
7 seconds in, they'll push them back.
They have not been friendly to themselves tonight in terms of the penalty flag. That's for sure.
Well, a couple on those kickoff returns. Now one here makes it 1st and 20 back at the 34-yard line.
2 big returns erased by penalties.
Shotgun. 2 guys in the backfield next to Condo. He'll fake the handoff. Pressure comes, and he's sacked at the 29. Pressure came and stuffed for the sack.
By number 8, Ian Lowe.
So this is a good defensive series so far by Shelby. Now keep making plays here.
Ian Lowe back there to apply the pressure. And sacks the quarterback, and it's 2nd down and 22 back at the 30-yard line.
I would expect you might see some pressure out of Shelby County here. Last time they pressured, came to the A-gap. That's when we got the interception.
We talked about that strong offensive front in the first quarter, but some pressure, a couple plays in already in the second quarter. Shelby County trying to get back to the quarterback, a team we mentioned Lafayette does not run the football much at all. They'll go empty backfield this time. 4 receivers out to the left, and another penalty marker is down.
Well, they were confused from the beginning. They were trying to motion or shift somebody in the backfield, and then what's called a return route come back across in the front. But
false start on the offense here, and that will make it 2nd down and very long. 2nd and 27 upcoming.
So they're going the wrong way, as you would say.
Try pushing backwards all the way back inside the 25 to the 24, I believe they'll mark it on 2nd down. Empty backfield once again. Kondo going to throw off his back hip and throws to his right side. Dumps it off, now pushing towards the middle of the field. Able to get close to 30. And able to make the catch was Jackson Grants, but way short. And third and up long coming here.
So earlier they scored on that play. They threw it down to the right side down here. That was the same play up there. 3 linemen pull, bring the receiver underneath. So third and long, second long, you always want to be thinking screen as a defense.
Got up to the 34, so a gain of 10. Makes it 3rd and 18. So we're under 10 minutes left in this first half. The game tied at 6. Fifth drive for Lafayette, trying to move the chains. Need to get to the 48 of Shelby County for a first down. Kondo throws across the middle. He's got his man close to 50, keeping his legs moving. Got the first down inside the 40, breaking near side all the way inside the 20, 15, inside the 10, and stuffed down at the 5-yard line was Cale Locklear. Broke off some tackles and has a big first down inside the red zone.
Well, excellent catch, excellent route. We call that a middle read. He found the middle of the defense, broke 2 tackles at contact there when he caught it, and then made a big run. So, but again, Shelby has them stopped. There would have been 4th and 4. You missed tackles, now you're in red zone.
A great second look at it there. Broke off a couple tackles at the 48-yard line and able to move forward all the way down to the 5 as well. They'll mark it 1st and goal, and a timeout used by Shelby County.
And it's just a backbreaker. Again, young team doing things well. You got them stopped. It would have been 4th and 4, 4th and 3, and then you miss the tackles and you end up in a goal line situation. But when you've been losing, that's the things you do. You just got to learn to play through them and again, come back if they score and you score.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to give a big thank you to our Shelby County High School girls golf team.
What a reception all the way down to the 5-yard line. We talked about it. Yes, Locklear has been mighty impressive. Same with Coleman, who had the first touchdown. And it's really nice when you have some senior receivers, Coleman being a junior, but 2 guys you can really lead on and expect to catch the football, find separation if you're Gio Kondo.
Yeah, Coach Lawson mentioned that receiver group, and it is a really good group. And the thing about that route, too, is he made the catch and knew he was going to get hit and still broke the tackles and made a nice run.
Timeout was used by the Rockets. 9:24 to go in this first half. It's been a competitive back-and-forth football game. Very exciting so far. Shelby County with the big interception. Put them inside the red zone. They scored. Now Lafayette a chance to regain the lead. Game tied at 6. Kondo looking. He'll throw right side's got his man. And able to hang on was Grants. He'll work his way in for a touchdown.
Well, if you've watched any Super Bowls the last 3 years, you've seen that play a lot. The Kansas City Chiefs is that play on the goal line about every time they get on the goal line. The guy goes in motion, comes back. DB can't keep up with him. He ends up being open for a touchdown. Nice call and nice play design by Lafayette.
Jackson Grant's 3rd TD on the year. Able to work his way in from 5 yards out on a nice pass from Kondo. Look to the far side. It's back to a 6-point game as they will try to kick the extra point here and make it 13-6. Coach, I don't know about all these different formations we see on extra points in high school football. Seems like it gets weirder and weirder through the years.
It does, and you spend a lot of time preparing for those things because you make one mistake and people will get 2 points on you pretty quickly.
So Grants, who missed an extra point earlier, misses one here off the goalpost, but there is a penalty marker down. We'll check the
probably roughing the kicker. But yeah, there's several different ones. We used to call them gobble wobble when I coached long ago, and then there's other names for them you can't say on air. But yeah, you've got to really, and you have to spend time on it. The people do them because you have to spend time on them, and that's time you're not spending on the things you need to work on. And if you don't work on it, people will get 2 points on you all the time.
So they missed the extra point. Grants is already 0 for 2, missed an extra point earlier. We mentioned missed a field goal of a roughing the kicker penalty called, and they'll have another opportunity. Trying to make it a 7-point game once again. Grants, the junior, for the extra point. This time it's up and straight through That makes it a 7-point game. 13-6 with 9 minutes left to play in the first half. We'll take a break. Be back with more in Shelbyville on Glycat.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
A picturesque postcard-like night we have on hand in Shelbyville. Jamie Brown, John Baldridge, beautiful night for football. Our game time temperatures 81 this evening. Brought to you by Suntime Pools and Spas. And Jamie, Lafayette able to get the league back and went right down the field with relative ease there. He'll put it in for 6.
Great response to a lot of negative plays, penalties, and then also scoring after Shelby scored. In coaching, you always talk about answering the bell. The other team scores, you need to score. So that's a great thing for Lafayette. Now, this is an important drive for Shelby because, again, young team, bad things happen. How are you going to respond? If you're Coach Miller, you're thinking just get a first down. That's what you're thinking. 1 first down and work from there.
Well, they got the ball at the 5-yard line, Shelbyville did. Last time out after their INT. They would put it in for 6, miss the extra point. They'll get it back and move it left to right for the first time tonight as they'll take it here in the second quarter. As a touchback gives it back to the offense for the Rockets.
Yeah, that's a weapon in high school football when you got a kicker and put it in the end zone because it's automatic. Can't not be returned.
It's a Shelbyville team that was shut out 7 times last year. Were shut out, we mentioned, back-to-back weeks, have been outscored 86-0 entering this game. Got their first touchdown, now their second drive, their first drive after the touchdown. And their 5th drive tonight, they'll try to move it forward and start the ball at the 20.
I don't think we're seeing any trick plays or anything here. Going to settle in, try to get a first down, run their offense.
First down and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Rockets. Staples. Shotgun snap on 1st and 10. He'll hand off and move to the left side, trying to break off tackles. Not much there, maybe a gain of 3 on 1st down. As they gave it to Eric Taylor, the junior, picks it up, and it's 2nd and 7.
3 yards on the play.
Shelby County has found a little bit on the outside, what we call the 8 or 9 hole, running the ball. That was a nice play again. Brought a motion man across the lead block, pick up some yardage, stay on schedule.
2nd down and 7 at the 23-yard line. 8:45 to go in this first half. Week 4 of the Central Kentucky High School docket on Glycad this evening. Receiver each way. They're going to hand it on the ground, trying to break off to the far side, able to spin off a tackle close to the 24.
Number 3, TJ Barrow.
As TJ Barrow pushes forward and brings it up about 3rd and 5 upcoming.
Nice effort to find some yardage there because he was going to lose some. That's that outside zone stretch play we talked about earlier. Again, Lafayette did a good job of forcing him laterally and backwards, and then he was able to break a tackle and find some positive yardage.
Only gave him 1.
That's better than losing 5.
So it's 3rd and 6.
Which he was going to do.
At the 24-yard line. And we'll see if they open it up here. Try to pass on 3rd down.
Mr. Obvious comment. 1's better than losing 5, obviously.
7:45 to go in the second quarter. A big 3rd down. Lafayette trying to get off the field. Snap taken by Staples. Scrambling left side. Pressure comes, and he'll just fling it out of play. No one open. And 3 and out. And a whistle, believe no penalty down. And it's 4th down upcoming.
So Lafayette knows Shelby struggles to throw the ball. They bring A-gap pressure immediate in the quarterback's face. Even though it's a rollout, he can't find anywhere to throw the ball. He has to throw it away. So if you're Coach Miller, you really wanted a first down there. This is not what you wanted. So got to get the defense to get a stop here.
In punt formation.
4th and 6.
Adon Taylor. Back deep.
As Adon Taylor will punt it away.
4, J.J. Richardson.
J.J. Richardson has already had a very good night running the football. Couple catches. He'll be back to receive for the Generals. Lafayette again coming in 1-2, trying to get back to 500. Shelby County 0-3 in week 4. Snap back, it's lost. It's down on the ground, out of his hands, and Shelby County jumps back on top, but inside their 4-yard line, and great field position for Lafayette. That's been a trouble tonight. Already a bunch of snaps that had went through the hands or below the punter in Shelby County.
Well, and he tried to pick it up, then he lost it again, so at least it didn't end up a touchdown, but great field position for Lafayette. And then, unfortunately, it looks like a Lafayette player got hurt on that play. Sometimes that happens. Everybody's diving in, scrambling for the ball. Somebody gets something twisted or hit the wrong way.
So with that, they'll start at the 5-yard line. We have an injured player, so we'll take a break. With 7:24 left in the second, it's a 13-6 game on Glide Cup.
No one college can be all things to all people, but Bluegrass Community and Technical College is as close as it gets. We're affordable, like you've got a great chance to graduate with little to no debt affordable. Flexible, with in-person, online, and hybrid programs. And you can easily transfer your credits to continue on to a 4-year university. So while we can't be everything to everyone, we can be a lot of things to you. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
So after the miss punt, went right through the hands of the punter for the Rockets. Great field position for Lafayette. They'll start at the 5-yard line of Shelby County. Trying to go up 2 scores with 7:30 left. An injured player being helped off the field. Trying to get a number on that for Lafayette as they're up 13-6 early in this second quarter of play.
Yeah, if you're Shelby, this is obviously not what you wanted. But again, a young team, things go wrong, they just compound. So hopefully the defense can make a stand here, at least make them earn it, as we'd say in the coaching world. But if you could stop them, it'd be even better, obviously.
Here's a second look at the missed punt there, went right through the hands of the punter. And that's been a problem. We've seen Cole punts low, this one right through the hands of the punter. And we talk about those turnovers. That's another one right there that could really come back and bite you later in this ball game. Great field position for Kondo. He'll hand it off, trying to move left side. We got a flag down coming in from the backside. We'll check the marker as not much room for Cale Locklear there.
So that's called a fly sweep. They bring the receiver in motion. They flip it forward to him. It actually goes down as a pass, even though it's behind the line of scrimmage. It's forward. And then he tries to find the seam on the outside. Shelby did a good job of stretching it out, running the ball.
Check the yellow marker.
Lafayette with a penalty. Imagine that. They have not been friendly to themselves tonight.
And this will push it back for a holding call. Seen a lot of those. You mentioned the penalties. It's been on all 3 sides of the football, not just offense or defense, but also the special teams unit this evening.
In every regard. And started the game with something weird with the quarterback having to go out of the game. We still don't know what that was about. But Lafayette's been able to overcome it is the bad thing in Shelby's part. And you got to make them pay now that they made that mistake.
Goal for Lafayette.
So 1st and goal for Lafayette, as they'll have it all the way back to the 14 after the penalty, though. Kondo from the shotgun. He'll scramble right side. Look, back corner of the end zone. Open right side and able to bring it in, I believe, was Locklear for a touchdown.
Kondo's pass complete to number.
Well, obviously not what you want. Again, 2nd down and long, or 2nd go, actually, and you give up the touchdown. Couldn't quite see what the route was that he ran, but these Lafayette receivers run really good routes. They are very well coached, and they know what they're doing.
So Cale Locklear brings it in, makes it a 2-score game with 7:04 left in the second. Coach talked about that receiving group for the Generals, and we've seen it tonight. Coleman, now Locklear, also Grant's in there. 3 guys have been very reliable, and right there, Locklear with his first touchdown this evening.
When you have a group of receivers that can hurt you, it's extremely hard to defend, obviously. But what you have to do is figure out which one you're going to give up. and who you're going to take away. And unfortunately for Shelby right now, they're not taking any of them away. So they're going to figure out at halftime how they want to play those receivers a little differently.
Penalty down this time on Shelby County. Offsides call will move it forward for the point after by Jackson Grants will be attempted. Trying to make it 20-6. They're going to decline the penalty.
Yeah, I think he wants to keep it and just work on the kicking game here. He's got to get that extra point team down because that's vital as you go down the season winning games. So he wants to just kick and get better. He being Coach Lawson.
Grants, the kick is up right off the goal post and no good.
Second time he's hit the upright today. I don't think I've ever seen that in all my years of watching football and coaching.
The first one didn't count because of the penalty. This time it does. It keeps it 19-6. We'll break with Lafayette on top and the second on Glycat.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Missed extra point keeps it 19-6 after the touchdown pass to Cale Locklear. Lafayette on top. Here in Shelbyville taking on Shelby County alongside Jimmy Brown, John Baldridge on Glycod. And we thank all our sponsors for tonight's broadcast. Would not be possible without their support of our corporate partnerships. Please let them know how much you appreciate your commitment by providing free-to-watch high school athletics all season on Glycad. You can check us out on YouTube. Glycad, just type that in your search bar. Fun ball game so far, Jamie, but Lafayette trying to pull away. A couple big stops there, able to get the ball back and push it inside after the ball went right through the hands of the punter. An easy setup touchdown for the Generals.
And then Shelby had a chance to make a play with the penalty backing them up. But Lafayette has been extraordinary at overcoming their own self-wounds tonight. It's been interesting to watch.
A lot of penalties on the Generals, but still been able to put those 19 points across the board, up 2 scores now.
And so we go back to Shelby here again. Just get a first down. Slow things down. Get some confidence. Possess the ball a little bit. That's what you want here.
If you lost a set of car keys,
so Shelby County will come back out. What are they looking to do? Just try to get that run game going? You think they open it up a little more, down 2 scores now?
I would suspect not. I think he's going to try to get a first down. Again, just thinking control the ball, keep Lafayette's offense on the sideline. Try to go in the half, 19-6 at worst. If you can score. But if you try something fancy here, you go 3 and out, and you're down all of a sudden 26, 27. 6 at halftime. That's a lot harder to overcome, obviously. Plus, you got to look at it from a confidence standpoint. A couple first downs, you can punt them and flip the field position too. So I would expect them to run the ball, try their basic offense.
Ladies and gentlemen, get a steak sandwich, burgers, chicken tenders, and
first down and 10 at the 20-yard line. Staples slaps his hands, and he'll give it up the middle. Not much room at all. That big front we've seen all night long by Lafayette. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nice play there inside. They didn't get any movement on the front side. And linebacker field right there and made a play.
TJ Barrow, the runner there, who was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, also picked up a yard. So it's second down and 9 at the 21. You've seen Shelby County open it up a little bit already. Couple passes back in that first quarter, around the 50, both drop, but it seems like there's been time for Staples.
Yeah, they've had a couple of nice plays that could have been there. It's just not their forte, obviously.
Second and 9 as the 21-yard line, and a missed snap went right through the hands of Staples, and we'll see where this ball goes, and it's given right back to Lafayette.
Ball is recovered by Lafayette.
So the Generals get it back right through the hands. It's a bad snap. It goes back to the Generals.
Looked, it was a little bit off to the quarterback's right, and he tried to catch it. You're trying to hand it off, and you're not watching the ball in your hands, and it ends up on the ground. So, again, definitely not what Shelby County wanted. But now the defense has got to make a stop here. That's what you're telling your defense. Make a stop.
So they'll have it at the 21-yard line. They'll mark it. Trying to go up 3 scores early on. Kondo back out there. Tins is running back to his right. And they're going to throw over the middle's got a man in Locklear. Dropped it right around the end zone. Couldn't hang on, take a big hit. Applied some pressure and couldn't make the catch.
So that's what we call a post wheel, and he's the post, so he throws it over the middle. And nice play by Shelby to get a hit and knock it out of there.
Shelby County's number 1, Clay Seaton.
Nice play by Seaton, came in and applied the hit. Made the pass incomplete. One you like to hang on to if you're Locklear.
Yeah, he was frustrated with himself. He knows he should have caught that, but that's a nice play by Shelby.
2nd down and 10. They're going to go over the middle this time and able to hang on, make a nice catch there was Taylor. Kai Taylor brings it in. Excuse me.
We got a legal man downfield. One of the linemen, I thought it was a run because it's RPO where you can run our pass. And he was 7 yards downfield, and you only get 3 in high
was
school.
the receptionist, yeah. And the penalty will push him back.
So that was a really nice play by Lafayette's quarterback. It was an RPO, and he had a double slant on the backside. And he came off the inside slant to his second guy. That's a big-time throw by that kid. If he can make that kind of read and keep improving, they're going to be really good on offense because that's not something you see in high school a lot where you come off your first read, go to your second one. And he threw a bullet right into it. That was a really nice play to be ruined by a penalty.
5:45 to go in the second and 15 coming here for Lafayette at the 26, and they'll go up the middle, hand it off, and able to push forward up close to the 15-yard line, a gain of 10. And a nice move by Harrison Stevens to make it 3rd and reasonable.
A little counter action, handed the second back. 52, the right tackle for Lafayette, who had the penalty on a previous play. He made up for it that play. He blocked his guy 9 yards downfield and then landed on him. So, O-line coach, he likes to see stuff like that.
Gain of 9. It's 3rd and 6. We go under 5 in this first half. Big play upcoming, trying to get off the field for the Rockets. Kondo throws over the middle, pressures there, no flag, and there it is. Thought it was an early hit looking for Jackson Grant.
But remember, in high school football, that's not a first down, so it's still 3rd down.
Defensive pass interference.
So they're going to call it pass interference on 3rd and 6.
No, the yardage will make it a first down.
So they will move it forward.
Yeah.
Inside the red zone. We'll see where they mark it as Lafayette on the door of going up 3 scores. Looks like they'll spot it right around. Now they're going to move it up a little further. All the way inside the 10.
Yeah, so it will be a first down by yardage, yep.
They'll spot it around the 8-yard line.
That penalty will be half the distance to the goal.
I wasn't sure if they're going to make it with half the distance.
At the 9-yard line.
We'll say the 9.
It's 1st and goal.
So 1st and goal from there. Kondo looks over to receivers to his left side, trips that way. Has time, pressure comes, a flag now scrambling out towards his left. It's got a receiver open, and it's intercepted in the end zone. Back out to the 4, and Kondo throws it away for the 2nd time today.
So that was the same RPO they ran earlier. He tried to come off on the second guy, had pressure plus a hold.
Robbie Moore picks it off.
As good as plays he made earlier, that one is a mistake. He should have just ran out of bounds or thrown it away.
There is a flag, but as you mentioned, more than likely here going to be on the Rockets. Lafayette. So they're going to decline the penalty, and it goes back to Shelby County.
Penalty will be declined.
We have 4:40 left.
Rockets.
As the Rockets get it back and get a big, much-needed turnover there.
Yeah, big play by the defense to get that interception and stop it, and at least you go in 19-6, maybe 19-14 or 19-12 if you can score.
Trailing by 13 now. 19-6 game we have. They're pushed back at the 3-yard line as Moore took it out. Head in the end zone and push forward to the 3. Trying to go down the field, and a long way to go, but they'll have it with Staples, 1st and 10.
Usually you practice when you're backed up. You have a set of plays you run to get the first down. We'll see what they do here.
And this will be a whistle and a timeout. Timeout used by Shelbyville. We'll take a timeout as well with 4:40 left in the second. It's a 19-6 game. Lafayette on top on Glyca.
No one college can be all things to all people, but Bluegrass Community and Technical College is as close as it gets. We're affordable, like you've got a great chance to graduate with little to no debt. Affordable, flexible, with in-person, online, and hybrid programs. And you can easily transfer your credits to continue on to a 4-year university. So while we can't be everything to everyone, we can be a lot of things to you. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Timeout used as football game we have. 4:39 to go in the second. It's a 19-6 game on hand. Lafayette on top, trying to get back to 2-2, get to 500. Shelbyville scored their first point since week 2, back in the first quarter. Trying to avoid 0-4 start and lose their 15th straight. They got to their own 3-yard line. They're going to hand it off, a quarterback run right side by Xavier Owens, taking over at quarterback. And Owens, the sophomore, gets a short gain on first down.
So as I was saying, most coaches have a packaged group of plays. They call it backed up until they run. That looks like that's something they've been practicing. He's going to be in there. He's going to run the ball. You just want to get enough room to get the punter out there, or your big goal is get a first down. That's what you preach, is get a first down. If not, get room for your punter.
2nd down and 6. I believe that Staples back in at quarterback. Working from the shotgun, has a receiver out to his left, 2 to his right. With 4:35 to go in the second. They're going to hand it off, and Staples gives up the middle. And not much room trying to push forward was number 19, Eric Taylor. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, and it's 3rd down upcoming.
Good job by Lafayette's defense staying home and then gang tackling. Because we've seen Shelby break some tackles and make some good runs.
Loss of 1 yard on the play.
4:10 to go and a big 3rd down. A chance once again tucked back inside their own territory for Lafayette to get the ball back in excellent field position. As it's 3rd and 7 at the 8. And a timeout will be used. And this one, see who they give it to. This will go to Lafayette, so they'll call a time here.
You don't like that because you want to get that back with all the timeouts in your pocket you have. I think that moves them down to 1. It's an interesting play call here for Powell. Do you try to throw it? If it's incomplete, they don't use a timeout. Perhaps if you run it, they may use a timeout to save the time. Either way, the Lafayette coach thinks about that. The fact he had to use one there, he'll probably let it burn no matter what. That way he's got it on offense. But a lot of time left, 3:53.
It's a very strong defense for Lafayette. We talked about that big front they have. The one weakness we said was the secondary. But their coach, John Lawson, was really excited about their defense, thought they'd done really good things this year. And he mentioned on our comments today, it's really us versus us when it comes to winning and losing football games. And he really has been excited about what he's seen. And you got to be excited from your offense so far. And the defense, a chance to get out the field right here and a big 3rd down.
They're very well coached defensively. They run the ball, they tackle well, they're fundamentally sound.
3rd down and 7. Staples from his own end zone. He'll take the snap, hands up the middle, breaking off tackles close to the 1st down marker. And enough for number 19, Eric Taylor, to get 8 and move the chains.
So that's a big play. Draw on 3rd down to get the 1st down. Now you got room for your punter to operate, and you can run your normal offense now.
Delayed handoff and just enough room. Got 1 more yard than he need. And Taylor moves the chains up to the 15, 1st and 10. This time Staples goes up the gut. Quarterback keeper, and he gets up to about the 16, 17 for about a gain of 1 or 2.
About the third time they ran that play, little quarterback lead as we call it.
Nice tackle by Yaya Chenault, who applied the hit there.
I like that name, Yaya.
That's like a lot of cool names on both of these teams tonight. Staples this time, 2nd and 8. They'll dump it off. Left side trying to break off tackles up past the 20, close to 21. Goes Taylor again and gets closer. Makes it about 3rd and 4 upcoming.
So a little shovel sweep. Some people call it rocket sweep. There's different names for it, but a little shovel sweep trying to get the ball outside. Nice job by Lafayette again of pursuit. And again, fundamentally sound. Running the ball well, gain tackle. It is a good defense. I think we got 2 Shelby County players down because I see one over here down also.
So a couple injured bodies will take a break. 2:30 left in this second quarter. 3rd down upcoming, a big play, and it's 19-6 Gambling back on Glycat in a moment.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
2 injured bodies down for Shelbyville. Trying to get some numbers on the injured players right now. John Baldridge, it's been a good game alongside Jamie Brown. And Jamie, 13-point lead for Lafayette, but a big play upcoming when we get back to action for Shelbyville, trying to stay on the field and keep their offense out there and not go down 4 scores at the end of this first half.
Yeah, we're back to a big 3rd down. And it has been a very competitive game, and both teams are playing very hard.
Trying to get a number on the injured body you see on your monitor right now. That is number 1, Clay Seaton, the junior. Able to work his way back on his own feet to the sideline. Another injured body down. About half the offense over there. Checking on an injured Rocket. Might just be the team huddling over there. I don't know if there was an injured body or not.
There was somebody laying down originally. He may have just been tired or something, but definitely was laying down maybe a cramp or something. And then in the massive bodies, he was able to get out of there. But
so Seaton able to get back to his own feet. And brings up 3rd down and 4. Time erasing, throwing away, and able to just get rid of it. Right there with Staples. Had a little bit of time, but it quickly disappeared. Now it's 4th down.
I think he was trying to throw a little pop pass to one of those wing backs, and it was covered, and then that guy came free inside. He didn't have a chance to do anything with it.
Drew Clay.
Looking for Drew Clay. Left side was the intended target. 4th down and 4. And with 2:20 left, they'll have to punt it away inside their own 25-yard line. And once again, very good spot for Lafayette to get the ball in good field position. Trying to go up 3 scores here early. Already on top by 13. 19-6.
Timeout, Shelby County. That is their 3rd and final timeout.
So a timeout used by Shelbyville. This will be their last timeout.
I'm sure Coach wants to make sure this punt team knows exactly who's in there, what they're doing, get the snap, let's get this off. We can't have any more problems in the punt game.
So, Coach, we've seen a really exciting ball game in that first quarter, but since that first quarter, it's really been Lafayette. Ever since that interception they had, they've been able to get the ball moving the way they want it to. And got to really be happy with the protection they've had for Kondo, be able to get the ball in his hands quickly.
Yeah, the first couple of drives they had a little bit of issue protecting, but since then they have done a great job just running their offense, getting first downs, making plays when they need to.
Beautiful look here on this Friday night. Picture perfect for football in September.
It sure has become. The weather is just perfect now.
Sun was beaming in on us earlier, but ever since then, things have cooled off. Temperatures in the 70s, just the way you like it in Kentucky in September. Bad punt once again, and wrapped up in the backfield is the punter. That's the second time a low punt has hurt Shelbyville, and Lafayette right there to jump right on top of the punter, and they'll be spotted back inside the 10-yard line in great field position for the Generals.
Well, that was low and the velocity was high, and he actually caught it for a minute and then dropped it as he went to kick it. And so, again, not what you want, a young team making a mistake in a critical position there, and you don't want that.
Good job by Lafayette, you can see, to be able to get back there quickly, too, and jump on the punter. And they're set up first and goal at the 10. And this seems like a drive that can really put it away early on if you're Lafayette. Go up 3 scores right before the end of the first half.
Yeah, Shelby does get the ball to start the second half, but, again, it's a slow running offense, hard to make up points.
They're going to go on the ground, draw right side, and not much room for Harrison Stevens. Maybe lost a yard or two. Go under 2 minutes left in the second.
One thing's for sure, Shelby County's defense is they have fought. They have tried to play hard and make plays, and so coach has got to be happy with that at halftime. The defense is not giving in easily.
Second down and 12, a loss of 2. Back to the 12-yard line. Make it the 14-yard line. Kondo throws over the middle's got a man up in the air, and it's caught. Just lobbed it up there. What a reception for the touchdown. And once again, it was Jackson Grants.
Well, that's about the 4th time they ran that little post route in there, and that time he made a nice throw between 2 people. He knew the hit was going to come this time. He was prepared for it and held on to it. So,
the junior Grants, you talk about Locklear and Coleman getting all the eyes on them, but Grant's out there just bringing the ball in, and now he'll try to put the extra point through and make it a 3-score game and try to make it a 20-point game with 1:34 left in this first half. Kondo's feeded the ball in like a needle tonight, very well, placed well, and again right there.
Yeah, it was a really good throw by him, and he also kept it away from where the DB can make a play on it.
So the senior gets the touchdown, the junior, and Grants puts it through, and that makes it a 20-point game, 26-6 with 1:34 left in this first half. We'll break and have the end of the first half on Lafayette when we come back in a moment.
No one college can be all things to all people, but Bluegrass Community and Technical College is as close as it gets. We're affordable, like you've got a great chance to graduate with little to no debt. Affordable, flexible, with in-person, online, and hybrid programs. And you can easily transfer your credits to continue on to a 4-year university. So while we can't be everything to everyone, we can be a lot of things to you. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Claycod.
Back along my man to my left, Jamie Brown. I'm John Baldridge. It's a fun ball game we've had so far, and a strong second quarter we've seen by the Generals. Now up 26-6, and once again a good drive as Jackson Grants brings in a touchdown pass to go up 20 points here in the second quarter.
Well, what Lafayette's done too, they've taken advantage of any break they've gotten in this quarter. You know, a couple bad situations with punts, and they've scored. They've made Shelby County pay, and that's something I know Coach Lawson will be happy about.
It's just nice to have football back. My first high school game this year, and it's great to be back around the gridiron. Cheerleaders here tonight. Good student body has came out, and some parents here as well. As we get back to action. Taken back by Clay Seaton up the middle, closest to the 20-25, pushing forward. Out past the numbers to the right side, gets to the 27. And that's where they'll start.
Coach Powell has to be excited about how hard his team has played. They have not quit. They're playing hard. They're fighting for yardage. They're showing emotion. Even though they're down 26-6, they are playing hard, and that's a good sign for a young team that's been losing.
We'll love to put together a good drive here as well right before the end of the first half and build on something with the ball to start the second half of play.
Yeah, you like to do the Bill Belichick, try to score and then score again third quarter, but this offense isn't built for that. So try to do something positive, get some momentum for that first drive of that second half.
So 1st and 10 with Staples. He'll work from the shotgun, trips out to the far side. Running back to his hip. He'll take the snap. Pressure comes, doesn't have much room. Scrambling backwards now to his right. Going to fling it downfield and fling it out of play. 2nd down.
Really nice play by him to avoid the rush and not get sacked. There is a penalty flag. I'm not quite exactly sure what it could be. But really nice play by the quarterback to not take a negative play there.
Luke Gardner, the intended target. There is that yellow marker down, so we'll check the penalty. We'll be holding on the defense. So that will move the ball forward.
Against Lafayette.
You know, Coach, the one thing I would love high school football teams to have and umpires to have out there, the referees, is a microphone. I think it could really help the game, kind of know who the penalty was on. I know it'd be a hard thing for every high school to have, but that would be a beneficial move if they could do that in the future of all this technology nowadays.
Yeah, some states have it. I've seen it in some places, but it would make a difference. At least they have the communications. They talk to each other, which really helps the game.
So the clock stopped at 1:14. 20-point game as throwing is Staples downfield, and it's incomplete. One-on-one coverage looking for Clay Seaton. Coverage by Jackson Grants, who's had a very good day offensively. Able to make a nice one-on-one play right there.
Yeah, he's a good all-around player. Obviously, he's kicking, he's playing receiver, some nice catches, now playing DB.
It is a loaded roster for Lafayette. You look at their sideline, but a lot of guys go multiple ways.
Early in the season, there's two thoughts. You play guys both ways as they get better and you develop depth, or you play young guys and make them better. And so just up to how the head coach wants to do it.
2 receivers each way. 2nd down and 10. Staples scrambling, pressure coming, and he'll be stuffed for a loss in the backfield. A flag is thrown. This could be a face mask. Pushed back and tackled in the backfield around the 21-yard line.
Sacked on the play. There is a flag on the field.
So we'll check the marker.
Could he have grabbed him by the back of the shoulder pads, perhaps, also?
Staples sacked.
I know.
Second look at it here. Could have been a horse collar. Hard to tell if there was a face mask on the play. We'll check the penalty.
Well, I know the referee was on the opposite hash, threw it all the way across the field. That was a pretty good throw by him. Also, he called face mask. So to be able to see that and make that throw, that guy's a pretty good athlete himself.
Hard one to tell. He'll move it forward. Exactly 1 minute left on the clock, and the clock stopped. It'll be first down.
Was a face mask against Lafayette.
For the Rockets.
One thing is for sure, Lafayette's going to have more yards and penalties than they do on offense if this keeps up.
They would love to punch one in, at least possibly get 3. Trailing by 20, 26-6 on light count. Staples. 2 receivers to his left. He'll scramble out towards the right. He's got a receiver downfield, and it's open. Caught at the 40. Breaking past tackles at the 20, inside the 10, all the way to the end zone. And it's caught by Xavier Owens for the touchdown.
We do have 2 flags down.
We'll check the penalty marker. 2 penalties right around the line of scrimmage. What a reception. What a pass by Staples.
Really nice play design, too. You roll right, you run a post back to the left, and you throw it across the field. Nice throw by that young man, and a nice run. But we're coming back.
Penalty's going to bring it back 68 yards on the touchdown, brought back via the holding call. And that's a nail-biter if you're a Rockets fan.
Again, young team, make mistakes at the wrong time. You got to play through those, learn, overcome them. But they're not quitting; they're playing hard, and that's a big thing when you're 0-3 and really 0-14, as you've mentioned, 14 losses in a row. So, coach has got to be happy with that.
Got to go all the way back to October 6th of 2023 when they won their last game. Would have been their biggest touchdown play of the year, biggest pass of the year, brought back via the holding call.
I'm not sure what they're discussing, and if it's a hold, it's 10 yards from there, and we play football. Obviously, they're going to take the penalty because they don't want to give up a touchdown.
All 5 officials meeting right around, as you can see, on the 33-yard line right now. We'll see what they're talking about. Not exactly sure, Coach. Yeah.
I'm not sure what there's to talk about here unless there's something occurred that obviously we're not aware of. But a hold call is pretty simple.
So instead of a 68-yard touchdown, it's going to be third down and long upcoming.
That'll be a 10-yard penalty.
So they're going to call a 10-yard penalty here. I guess it's got to be holding, I would suppose. It's going to be, second down and long upcoming.
I've never seen so much confusion over a simple hold call. I'm not sure exactly what's happening.
The coach is out there for Shelby County talking right now with the officials. They moved the ball forward is the explanation up here in the press box. I believe they had it at first down, now second down and long. And while all this happening, the offense for Shelby County, after scoring that long touchdown, just waiting on the officials. You hate to see a hold-up and play like this. We'll finally get back to action. 2nd and 15 at the 33. They'll mark it. Staples works from the gun once again, running back to his left. He'll take the snap, dumps it off right side. Breaking off tackles is Seaton, pushing forward past the 40 up to the 43. Make it the 44-yard line. Gain of 11 brings up third and short. Make it 3rd and 4.
Great effort by Seaton there. I mean, that little guy is tough. He ran hard. He turned nothing into a bunch of yards.
Seaton's impressed me tonight, the junior two-way guy on this team. 3rd down and 4. Staples, pressure comes, scrambles out towards his left, looking downfield, keeps his eyes downfield, flings it that way over left side, and it's intercepted, but this will be out of play, and it's incomplete. Tight coverage, looking for Clay Seaton once again. It's 4th down and 5.
By number 7, Tristan Simpson.
Good coverage by Tristan Simpson. Defensive back there.
That brings up
man for man with Seaton.
Down for the Rockets.
I'm sure given the last couple punts, he's going to go for it here and try to pick up a 1st down at least and not give them the ball back.
11 seconds remaining. 4th down and 5. Need to get to the 49. Have it at their own 44 to move the chains. Tight end over to the right. Snap taken by Staples. Throws over the middle's got his man in Xavier Owens and couldn't hang on at the 45 of Lafayette, and they'll turn it over.
That's a similar play to what the touchdown was that got called back. Roll to the right, throw back to the left on a crosser going back across. Nice play design, just couldn't complete it.
I know if you look at the film, you're going to say that one really comes back and bites you. Had a 68-yard touchdown brought back via the holding call, and now with 6 seconds left, still an opportunity for a very pass-driven Lafayette team with already 3 touchdown passes tonight. Try to punch it in one more time. We'll have at least a Hail Mary opportunity.
Yeah, the way they throw the ball, this is really not a bad situation for them. And as Shelby defense, you're worried about it. So we keep everything in front of you and make sure you don't let them score.
Stay with us for the halftime show. We'll get you the scoreboard presented by Don Franklin Auto. Go through that as well. look at our first half stats, some numbers that caught our eye, and some players as well that caught our eye in that first half. And Coach, I know you'd be a lot more satisfied if you're a Rockets fan if you're only trailing by 2 touchdowns, but that big holding call and possibly a chance to go up 4 scores now with 6 seconds left if they can pull off some miracle for Lafayette here.
Well, and if you score there, you get the ball second half, So that's the old Bill Belichick philosophy. Still a score right before half and get the ball in the second half, and you get another score and you're back in the game. Unfortunately, the penalty called it back, but that would have been big for them because they get the ball second half first.
They'll have it at the 44 with 6 seconds left. Say a miracle, but this team and this quarterback, Nkondo, has plenty of hang time and has the distance if he has the protection.
Yeah,
throw it in the end zone.
This is not an easy defense here. Not an easy play to defense because they can definitely throw the ball deep.
Trips out to the right, 4 receivers. Kondo looking, heaving, throws into the end zone's got his man, and it's up in the air. Who hung on? I think it was dropped. Looking for Grant. Hit the turf, and that will do it for the first half of play. Exciting first 24 minutes. After 24, it's 26-6 Lafayette. We'll break our halftime show next. More in a moment in Shelbyville on Glide Cap.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
You have fun. Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training. The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
With Fast Signs, see the visual possibility in your business. See it in lights and flags, on a van, in metal, on the floor, in color. With signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement. With your masterful team of visual marketing experts, anything is possible. Fast Signs. Make your statement.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Man of War Harley-Davidson, your 100% Kentucky-owned and operated Harley-Davidson motorcycle dealership at 2073 Bryant Road in Lexington.
Halftime score, 26-6. Lafayette on top. Able to get a couple late touchdowns across and go up 3 scores after 24 minutes. Back with Jamie Brown, I'm John Boulder, John Gleichert. And Coach, it was a back-and-forth game through the first 12 minutes. A big interception by the Rockets made it a 6-6 game. Mixed extra points early on those first 2 touchdowns. But since then, 3 straight scores by the Generals, able to get that offense attack going with the receivers, as we talked about in Grants, Locklear, and Coleman. And Condos look very good, has plenty of time to pass, and has been able to pass pretty well this evening.
Well, the interesting thing is after Shelby made the play and scored, it's been all Lafayette, and it's been mainly mistakes by Shelby, dropping punts, bad kicking game mistakes, and then Lafayette's taking advantage of them. So Shelby made the play to tie it, and instead of momentum switching to them, it's really switched to Lafayette because of the mistakes. And then Shelby's had 2 or 3 third downs they couldn't convert. Of course, we had a big touchdown run, our pass called back from Shelby. So young team makes mistakes, and Lafayette is taking advantage of those mistakes.
Yeah, we talked a lot about the takeaways, giveaways, the turnovers coming into the ball game. We talked about the defense and the offense for both teams. We talked about how we thought Lafayette had a really strong defense. The Rockets needed to run the ball very well tonight. We didn't talk a whole lot about the special teams unit, but I feel like you mentioned that punt game. 2 punts that went right through the hands. One was a low snap. One went right through the hands of the punter for the Rockets, and has been very costly through the first 24 minutes.
Well, every game, the kicking game is vitally important. You could say it in every key to every game. But it's really hurt Shelby because it's given Lafayette the ball twice inside the 10, and it's taken any momentum Shelby had away. Even the one drive, they had a first down. They got it out of what we call backed up situation as a coach. And then you drop the punt and the punt snap, and you give up an easy touchdown. So for a young, inexperienced team, the kicking game really matters. It matters for everybody. It really matters for Shelby, and you can see that has really cost them. Lafayette hasn't been perfect. They've missed a couple extra points, but overall, they've won the kicking game because of the mistakes of Shelby.
John Lawson told me today, the head coach for the Generals, it's really us versus us, but you can say the same thing for Shelby County, really us for us versus us, as you talk about with their head coach, Pal Miller, in his first year. Just trying to execute better. I know it's a young underclassmen team, 85% of the roster's freshmen, sophomores, but you gotta to be able to perform what you want to perform, and it seems like they've done some things right, but a lot of things you could correct in the second half.
Yeah, I think he's got to be pretty pleased over at halftime. I mean, he's probably mad. Any coach would be mad, but they're playing extremely hard. They have not given up. They've made some plays to try to stay in the game. The punting game is killed. You take away those 2 drop punts, and this is a totally different game. And then, of course, you get a penalty when you've got a pass for a big touchdown that, again, makes it a totally different game. But there's a lot of positives he can build on. There's a lot of things he can work with and show them on this film already that's going to make them better. The biggest thing I see from a coaching perspective is they are playing hard and they're not quitting. And when you've lost 14 games in a row and you're not quitting, it says something about those kids. It says something about the coaching staff.
Tonight's scoreboard is presented by Don Franklin Auto, driven by family, and your halftime score on that big scoreboard out there here in Shelbyville is the Generals 26 and Shelby County 6. We'll take a break about 10 minutes or so before we start this second half of play. We'll have more on the halftime show in a moment on Gleichert.
Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
This is Woody with Simpsonville Automotive. Hope you're enjoying the game. We're leaders in customer care because we're always on. Free air out front, 24/7. Our gift to the town, it's always on. 6 loaner cars ready for pickup or delivery anytime. After hours, use our drop box or secure pickup boxes anytime. My team gets it done. Simpsonville Automotive, we are leaders in customer care.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
No one college can be all things to all people, but Bluegrass Community and Technical College is as close as it gets. We're affordable, like you've got a great chance to graduate with little to no debt affordable. Flexible, with in-person, online, and hybrid programs. And you can easily transfer your credits to continue on to a 4-year university. So while we can't be everything to everyone, we can be a lot of things to you. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Back on Glycod about 5 or 6 minutes before we get back to the second half. It's a 26-6 Lafayette lead at the break alongside Jamie Brown. I'm John Baldridge. And Jamie, we talked about this first half. We'll talk about the culture and the program of these two teams moving forward. Talked about John Lawson in his 4th year for the Generals has really turned around this program, winning their first year over 500 last season. Meanwhile, for the Rockets, under their first-year head coach and Powell Miller, who took over this program, the athletic director, has many different hats with this school, played here, a former alumni, has really talked about what's it mean to be a Rocket and what's it mean to be a Rocket football player. And you've been around so many different programs as a coach, as a player. What does it mean to be able to start up a program slowly, get the ground roots underneath you, and try to bring that winning culture into school? It's much easier said than done.
It is, and Shelby has been successful. They won the 1987 4-H state championship. They're one of the few schools to win a 4-H state championship other than the big ones, Santa Cruz, Trinity, and Male. And so he understands what Shelby County is about. They were runner-up a couple times. They've been to a couple Final Fours under a previous coach named Todd Shipley. You're trying to bring all that back. You're trying to build, and these kids don't know that. They don't know the history, but you're trying to teach them, and you're trying to make them understand that it's been done here before, so you can do it now. And on Lafayette's side, as we said earlier, he's in his 4th year. He's got the program where he wants it. They're getting better each year, and it shows in their ability to play through mistakes. Shelby's had trouble playing through mistakes because they're young and experienced, whereas Lafayette's a little more experienced. They're in the 4th year of a head coach. They play through those mistakes, and they take advantage of Shelby's mistakes.
I think one thing, too, that their head coach and Powell Miller really talked about was bringing back former alumni, bringing back players who were a Rocket, know what the Rocket culture needs to be like. And that's a lot easier said than done, as I just mentioned. But to have guys that showed you the way, showed you what it's like to be out of high school, to be out of college, to be able to go forward in your life, and to think about these were the glory days, and I need to put my best foot forward day in and day out while I'm in high school, while I'm a member of this football team. And it's a lot easier said than done, but it seems like he's on the right path, and they got the right guy for the job.
Well, and here it's a little, it's Shelby County been around a long time, obviously, and he went here and he understands the culture. And important thing is he knows people. He's from here, he played here, so he knows who to reach out to in the community or across the country even and say, hey, come be a part of this again. And that's going to help him build it.
Meanwhile, for the Generals, they're trying to get back to 500. They're on top by 20. They lead it 26-6. We'll break. Come back with the second half next. The heat is still here. The lights are on. The sun is setting, but we have second half football. 24 fun minutes left. We'll come back with that in a moment on Glycod.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
No one college can be all things to all people, but Bluegrass Community and Technical College is as close as it gets. We're affordable, like you've got a great chance to graduate with little to no debt. Affordable, flexible, with in-person, online, and hybrid programs. And you can easily transfer your credits to continue on to a 4-year university. So while we can't be everything to everyone, we can be a lot of things to you. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
We're big fans here in Kentucky of great savings at Cartown Kia.
Start the season with a win with savings on an incredible lineup of hot new Kias. Like 2025 Kia Sorento, just $269 a month or buy for 0% financing. Or drive home a new 2025 Kia Seltos, just $209 a month. And win big on hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $169 a month. $169 a month.
Our team is here for your team at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Need a tow? Martin's Peterbilt Towing Service is here 24/7. Based in London and Pikeville, we will travel to you. Commercial trucks and trailers, no job too big. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
Back on Glycod as we get set for the second half of play. Both teams back on the field now as we get set for the second half. It's a 26-6 game. We'll look at tonight's first half stats and summary brought to you by Carpenters Local 650. Building your winning career today. Visit carpenters.com for more information. First, we'll look at the team numbers for both teams. First for Lafayette, those 8 first down and 2 for Shelby County. Had 10 rushes for 57 yards. Not the same story for Shelbyville. We talked about a team that really likes to run, Jamie, and only 2 negative yards and 18 rushes. Not what you want to see from them.
Well, those in high school football, the Walsh yardage on punts come off your yardage, so that kind of skews that a little bit. But they have not been successful running the ball like they want to be. Yeah.
Passing yards have been the same story. Lafayette 185, only 11 for Shelby County. Could have had that big 68-yard reception, but the penalty very costly. We talked about the punt game being a problem as well. We talked about Shelbyville trying to punt it away a lot, but been able to get some pressure, and low snaps have been costly as Lafayette's been able to been set up inside the Shelbyville 10 2 times in this ball game.
And took advantage of it both times. You know, that's what you got to do as a team. You want to win a game, take advantage of the mistakes.
So 3 fumbles for Shelbyville, 3 as well for Lafayette. Possession time about even. 11:48 for Lafayette, 12-12 for Shelbyville. Third down conversion, 2 for 3 for Lafayette, 1 for 7 for the Rockets, trying to be better on third down. Fourth down, 0 for 3 for Shelbyville. And the red zone, 4 for 6 for Lafayette, 1 for 1 for the Rockets. That's our team numbers. The individual numbers, first on the ground, Eric Taylor, 5 rushes for a long of 9, averaging over 3 yards per rush, 20 in the ball game for Shelbyville. Tristan Barrow, 5 rushes for 10 yards. Xavier Owens, 1 for 4. And Briley Staples, the quarterback, 3 for 5. Meanwhile, for Lafayette, Kondo, 3 rushes for 42. J.J. Richardson, 3 for 26. And Harrison Stevens, 4 for 13. The receiving game has been the big story in this ball game. Cale Locklear, 3 receptions, a long of 60, 84 yards and a touchdown. Colton Coleman, that long 37-yard touchdown. 72 yards catching for 3 receptions. And Grant's 2 receptions for 24 yards, a touchdown, and 14 yards receptions. Meanwhile, only 1 reception for Shelbyville. Clay Seaton, 1 reception for 11 yards. Coach, when you look at this second half and you read those numbers off, brought to you by Carpenter Local 650, what needs to be done better if the Rockets have any chance with the ball coming out of the second half, out of halftime, to put something together and get back into this ball game?
Well, obviously they've got to get some positive yardage on first down and then convert to third down. I think you said 1 for 7 on third down.
Yeah.
1 for 6, maybe what it was.
1 for 7. Yeah.
1 for. You can't win a game doing that against anybody, much less a team that can score quickly. So this drive, I'm sure Coach is going to look for a good, consistent drive, get some first downs, and then at least if you don't score, you flip the field. And then for Lafayette, I'm sure Coach Lawson said something about all the penalties. I think it's 145 yards in penalties. You can't win a big game with that many penalties, so I'm sure he harped on that.
It was 6-6 at one point since the 9:18 mark of the second. Lafayette's outscored them 20-0. They'll kick it away as Shelbyville gets it back, and they will move it left or right. They will return it left or right, as Jackson Grants will be back to kick it away from his own 40-yard line as we start this second half of play. And Grants back to boot it away. High end over end kick, and taken back by Clay Seaton. Runs in front of his own defender, and they're going to throw it out right side. They got a man that way, and up to the 26-yard line. Seaton went forward, then flicked it out over to the left, and able to break off a couple tackles in a good starting spot for Shelbyville.
Yeah, it goes back to the beginning of the game, trying something exotic trick, as we said, to try to make something happen. Nice job by the Lafayette kickoff team to pursue back over there and make that play.
So they'll start at the 29-yard line. They'll mark it. Make it the 27, and it's 1st and 10. So here comes Briley Staples once again in the offense, a sophomore quarterback, who's completed the 1 pass tonight, 1 for 9, 11 yards, and has been sacked 1 time. He'll work from the gun. 2 receivers each way. And he'll hand it off on the ground, up the middle. And a good job once again on the first play of the second half by that big front by Lafayette.
Yeah, as the game has went on, Lafayette's D-line has really started to dominate the line of scrimmage, quite honestly. Early in the game, Shelby was finding some yardage inside, and it's not happening now. That D-line has taken over. And the linebackers are just free to run because nobody can get to them because the D-line is eating up the O-line.
Eric Taylor, the ball carrier, lost 1. 2nd and 11. Taylor with 20 yards rushing on 5 carries in that first half. He stands next to the quarterback on the left side. 2 running backs back there from the shotgun as Staples takes the snap, and a flag down first.
The DB down here lined up in the neutral zone, so that's going to cost them 5.
So they'll move it forward. Give him 5 yards, and it's 2nd and 6.
So Lafayette had the perfect defensive call. They were bringing an outside pressure, and Shelby was running that little pitch sweep, so he ran right into it. So it really was a break for Shelby to get the penalty there, because that may have been a really bad play.
Talk about us versus us. That's what John Lawson mentioned, and right there, an example of it. Lining off sides.
Another penalty. So, I mean, it's 150 yards in penalties. You just cannot win getting that many yards in penalties as you progress down the season.
That's the 12th penalty on Lafayette. They had 145 yards on penalties in the first half. They're going to throw it out left side. And not much room right there to corral him and wrap him up was Lafayette. Read it well. Brings up 3rd down and long.
So that's the same play that Lafayette ran a couple times, one for a touchdown, and really defended well by Lafayette.
Screen pass, and Lafayette was right there to wrap him up, and it's 3rd down and 12. Needing to get to the 37 to move the chains. Ball marked at the 25. Staples marking out instructions. 2 receivers each way. He'll take the snap, a low one. Scrambles out towards his right. Pressure is there, and he's wrapped up and thrown for a loss. Ball came out, but he was down first, and a sack makes it 4th down.
Well, the timing was off. He dropped the snap a little bit, so then by the time he sprinted out, when you sprint out, the offensive lineman loses contact because the D linemen go with you. So by the time he was able to get out to the corner, there was already somebody in his face.
That brings up 4th down for the Rockets.
So 4th down and long after the sack.
So not the greatest thing to see the punt given the events of the first half. So
and they'll have to punt inside their own end zone here. Great field position as J.J. Richardson inside his own 35 to receive. We'll have an injured body down, looks like an injured general at the 18-yard line. Able to get back to his feet now. Try to get a number on that. Looks like it's Michael Miles, offensive lineman, the junior, able to work his way back to his own sideline here. So good to see, but not what you wanted to see for the Rockets on that first drive.
No,
quickly give it away.
You went backwards, and now you're in a punting situation, which has not been good for you tonight. I'm not sure why we're not playing. No one called timeout, and it's an injury timeout. We're letting coaches talk to teams. That shouldn't happen. They should be getting this game growing. So. Not exactly sure why we're not playing.
It's definitely been a methodical kind of game if you want to be friendly about it tonight.
It's a friendly word.
It's a good driving word right there.
Yes, methodical is a good word.
9:14 to go. They'll have to punt it away. Backed up inside their own 15-yard line. Richardson back, standing at the 38 to return for the Generals. Snap taken back inside the end zone. Richardson will catch it, move forward up to the 36, and that's where he's tackled. So we'll take a timeout. 8:54 to go in the 3rd quarter as Lafayette gets it back up 20 on Glycat.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
8:54 to go in the 3rd quarter. Alongside Jamie Brown, our entire crew on Glycad. We thank you for being with us. I'm John Baldridge. It's 26-6 in the first drive for the Generals. We'll start at the 35 in this 3rd quarter.
I suspect Coach will try to get up by 35 quickly if he can and get the running clock so he can get out of here.
Trips out to the far side. Condo's going to throw that way. Screen pass out to Locklear. Breaks off tackles out past the numbers to the 30, maybe the 29. Completion about 5 or 6 yards, and it's 2nd down and short.
Tackle on the play by number 4, Leonia Ragumba.
Leonia Ragumba makes the tackle. He had the big interception back in the 1st quarter. Made it a very reasonable drive, only 5 yards away for Shelby County for scoring that touchdown. They tied it at 6, but since then, 20 straight unanswered by the Generals.
Yeah, it's amazing how the game changed after the big break for Shelby, but it changed in favor of Lafayette.
2nd and 5 after 5. High snap taken by Condo. He'll give on the ground, up the middle, pushing forward. Not much room, trying to get the number. That's J.J. Richardson. Brings up 3rd down and about 4.
High snap, messed up the timing. That's one thing I noticed in the running game for Lafayette. The timing's way off. So they've got to really work on that and get that going to make that clean, for a better word, on the timing of the run game.
Got to the 29-yard line. So 3rd and short upcoming. Need to get to the 26, maybe 26 and a half to move the chains. Shotgun snap, 3 receivers out to the left, and we got a whistle. And once again, another penalty down on Lafayette. Their 13th tonight.
Starting to wonder if the referees think they get a bonus for each flag, but sometimes they're so obvious you have to call them.
Coach, I know you coach multiple schools. I played 1 year of high school football, freshman year. I remember every time in practice, especially on Mondays after, a win or a loss, we'd be out there running if you had a penalty, and there will be a lot of guys, I think, running on Monday afternoon for Lafayette.
Yeah, you may be the cross-country team next week. Yeah, that's for sure, yeah.
3rd down and 8.
Glad to hear they ran you guys.
Trinity does that, yes.
Yeah.
Condo throws right side. He's got his man in Grants. He's been really good tonight. Breaks inside the 25. Got the first down inside the 20 all the way to the 18. That will move the chains about a gain of 18 yards. And it's first down. Moves the sticks and keeps the drive going for the Generals.
See, but at St. X we never got penalties, so we didn't have to run on Mondays. That play has now been like 5 times they've ran that for a first down on a 3rd and long, so that's been a good play for them. Again, Shelby just needed to make a play, couldn't do it, unfortunately.
First down and 10 as we run under 7 minutes left in this 3rd quarter. We're going to hand it off. Fake the handoff, throw over the middle, pass incomplete. Condo trying to reach right over the middle, thread a needle. And good coverage back there by the secondary for Shelbyville.
Nice play by number 1. They ran that middle route, middle seam post, however you want to call it, several times, and that's a nice play there to knock that down.
Grant's the intended target. 2 defensive backs there for the Rockets. Want to break it up. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 10. At the 18. Once again, Condo looking at the receivers. 3 out there, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. They'll hand on the ground up the middle. Draw. Late handoff, pushing forward inside the 15 down to the 13. Gain of 5, and Richardson makes it 3rd and 5 upcoming.
Yeah, Coach Lawson's really went back to the run game here. He's trying to establish it. I thought he might try to score quickly to get that 35-point lead, but he's thinking long term. He's thinking develop a run game.
We talked about a Lafayette team who lost last week, only scored 7 points. Their quarterback over 500 yards passing. Haven't ran the ball much at all, but J.J. Richardson's looked good tonight when he's given a chance. They're going to throw this time. 3 receivers over the middle and overshoots Jackson Grants in the end zone.
That middle seam again, middle post, however you want to say it. This time he missed him.
Grants was open. A slingshot, a quick pass, quickly out of the hands. Brings up 4th down, and they'll keep the offense on the field for the Generals at 4th and 5.
Wouldn't surprise me if they ran some type of screen again, either that rocket screen coming underneath or the hold screen they ran earlier. It's been good to them on 3rd and long, now 4th down, obviously.
Not surprised they're going for it here?
No, not given the situation.
Condo gonna keep it. It's got a seam breaking off tackles, going to the end zone, and he finds the pylon for a touchdown.
So very nice the play design there, and again, that's a called run for him. Again, Coach Lawson trying to make him be a runner. So I like that call. That was a good call in that situation.
Well, he's got 3 passing tonight. And right there, Condo works his way in for the touchdown from 13 yards out. And it's 32-6. So they'll attempt the extra point.
Well-designed play there.
And Grants will try to make it a 33-6 game. 5:59 left in the 3rd quarter. Shelby will get the football back. Trying to do something offensively, but it's been now 26 unanswered by Lafayette and have looked good since the 2nd quarter. Whistle down, and once again, Another penalty on the Generals. False start here will push him back. 5-yard penalty and will make the extra point just a little further. (32-6), 5:59 left. Grants will attempt the extra point. Trying to make it 33-6 game. And it gets away from the holder. Back to go get it was Grants, and he'll take a lick. Back around the 25. Got away from the holder, and Grants jumped back on top and was hit pretty hard. As the extra point no good. We'll take a break. Touchdown. Second look at it here as well. And Grants takes a lick. But a touchdown by Connor for 13 yards out makes it 32-6. 5:59 left in the third. We'll break it back in a moment. In Shelbyville, I'm Glide Kelly.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Another touchdown for Lafayette. They have scored 26 unanswered, an extra point. No good once again. Keeps it 32-6 as Shelby County will get it back with Jamie Brown. And Jamie, it's been all Lafayette since the second quarter. They have ran the ball well tonight. Not as much as you expect most teams to do, but they do it pretty sharply and pass the ball well throughout and been able to help out by the special team unit from Shelby County a lot.
Yeah, I've been impressed with their ability to overcome their mistakes. Like that was a fourth down play there for a touchdown. They've converted third and long. They've converted fourth downs. When they get it all together and they get that quarterback a little more comfortable and he becomes a runner and they can run the ball, they're going to be a very dangerous offense. They've got a lot of skill and a lot of really good players and a good scheme.
So Shelbyville has done some things right as well tonight. Came in only 92 yards passing offensively last week. Gave up over 440 yards last week in their loss to Collins. Almost had that long touchdown pass in the second quarter. Would have been their longest play of the season. But now, trailing by 26, they'll start 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Staples works from the gun. He'll hand on first down, trying to break out left side and wrapped up in the backfield. Nowhere to run for Barrow on second down.
Yeah, I'm seeing a little bit of what I didn't see in the first half. I'm seeing a little bit of Shelby County walking around. They're looking at each other. They're looking at the coaches. Body language not as good. After the play, they turn around. These are the things when you're a young team you've been losing that show up. And it's the first time I've seen it tonight out of them, though. So a little frustration setting in for them.
Team on the verge, going 0-4 on the year and losing their 15th straight game. You got to build on something promising, and you try to get some points across the board. Of course, would help if you could get one in here before this ball game ends, hopefully on this drive. Second down, they're going to go on the ground up the middle, and not much room there. I believe that was Barrow once again. Correction, that was Eric Taylor. Brings up third down and long.
Well, and as the game has progressed, that defensive line that you mentioned, the coach talked about, has really asserted itself and started to dominate up front. And you don't have the ability to throw the ball, and so it makes it even more difficult to move the ball, obviously. But hopefully Shelby's defense will keep playing hard. They hadn't quit, and they picked offense up a little bit.
Pal Miller really talked about the head coach of the Rockets. The offense needing to be better. Outscored 86-zip over the last two games entering play tonight. And that turnover battle being a big story, of course. You can add those punts in there as well. Low snaps really costing great field position and giving great field position to Lafayette. And now they backed up 3rd down and 15 at the 33-yard line. Shotgun snap, pressure comes, scrambling around and sacked and taken for loss.
Well,
is Staples.
They brought a blitz. They brought earlier. Nobody picked up the linebacker, but I think we're going to get a hold.
Yeah, yellow marker is down.
That's not going to be a first down. It's not the NFL, but got a hold on the DB. But I do think Shelby's offense has done some decent things tonight, and they've shown flashes of being better. And, again, I'm really impressed with how hard the defense has played. What's killed them is the 2 punt situations, no doubt, and their inability to get off the field on 3rd down.
Is defensive holding.
It's going to be defensive holding on Lafayette. Will make it 3rd down and about 10 upcoming here.
Yeah, it's not automatic first down in high school.
We'll see where they move it. Now a little further, all the way up to the 43-yard line. So about 3rd down and 6 or 7 for Shelbyville.
Brings up 3rd and 6 for the Rockets.
So 3rd and 6.
So manageable here. Need to get this. This is where you grow up as a team. Get this first down. Make a play here.
A lot of time being used. Trying to get the play call in here offensively for the Rockets.
It's a very interesting. There's 4 people down there signaling, and it's an interesting play call system. I will say that.
3rd down and 6. Needing to get to the 48-yard line. Shotgun snap, Staples flings it right side. He's got his man open, close to the first down marker, brought in by Seaton, and just short. Maybe got the first down right near the line to gain, and they're going to move the sticks at the 48, and it's first down for Shelbyville.
Yeah, that was very close. A fortuitous spot and get the first down. So, hey, big play there. You converted it. It's something that you got to go back and look at on Monday and film and say, hey, guys, this is what we got to do. They were 1-7 first half, so that's a great thing for a young team.
1 under 3 minutes left in the 3rd. Shelbyville moving the football left to right at their 48-yard line, trailing 32-6. Riley Staples working from the shotgun. 2 receivers each way. He'll hand off, and up the middle, moving forward is Barrow. Doesn't get much, maybe lost a yard. 2nd down. You own a business and would like to find out more about corporate partnership on Glycad and our free-to-watch high school sports athletic programs, please drop us an email at glycad.com. Of course, you can always check us out as well. On YouTube, just type in Glycad on your search bar. We thank you for being with us, if you're with us, wherever you may be on this picture-perfect, beautiful Friday night in Central Kentucky. 1:45 to go in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 11. Shotgun snap. Looking right side to Staples. Got his man at the 50. Wrapped up quickly. Brought in by Ian Aldo. Excuse me. It brings up 3rd down and 8.
Gain of 3 yards on the play. Ball will be spotted at the 50.
So we run under a minute left. So Lou brings it in. Sophomore with the reception. Needing to get now to the 42 to move the sticks.
Yeah, good job by the defense there, running the ball, making the tackle. I've been very impressed with the pursuit of Lafayette. You got some new guys in on defense.
Staples is wrapped up and stuffed for a loss. Quickly back there was Tristan Simpson. And the junior with the sack.
Sack at the 41-yard line. It's 4th down for Shelby County.
Both teams work out of the shotgun a lot, we've seen tonight, Coach. And right there, maybe too much scrambling, not enough time in the pocket. for the quarterback, the young quarterback in Staples.
Well, Lafayette's had a really good blitz game to the field, bringing an extra blitzer, and they have not had an answer for that, and he's in pressure right away, and then you just got nowhere to go.
I will ask you, we got about 20 seconds left in this third quarter. We don't see much under the center anymore. Is that a lost art in high school football?
It's a lost art at every level of football, honestly.
There's got to be something to it, too, lining up, trying to draw when you're, especially when you're a throwing team like Lafayette, to go to that at some point.
Well, I forget who I was watching somebody the other day, and they had a quarterback, and he had played 4 years of football, and I can't remember the NFL or college. 4 years of college before NFL. He had never taken a snap. Either as a rookie in the NFL or he was a college player. I can't remember. Never taken a snap under center. And he's playing for a team that's under center like half the time now. So talk about a change. Where it really has affected the game is on the goal line. Short yardage offense, red zone offense. Because you're in a shotgun, you don't go under center. And then when you do, people fumble. They can't hand it off. I think it's a lost art.
Well, a timeout used with 8 seconds left in the third quarter by Lafayette. Not exactly sure why they burned one. I don't think there's any injured players down there, but 4th down and 18, the Generals will get the ball back, and the punt unit is out once again. So they're going to keep the offense on the field. Correction.
What also has changed is the cadence. John Gruden talks about all the time. There's no cadence anymore. It's all this clapping stuff. And NFL does not do that. So these guys are coming out of college and high school not ready to do any cadence work.
Yeah.
And so that's a big change. And you can see there it's just
4th and 18. They're going to just fling it downfield. Got a man over to the left side and undershoots him.
Popped up. He almost caught it.
Seaton was open. Just a short pass by Staples and back to Lafayette.
That's why the NFL game and even the college game are still different now. And it's a totally different game. But even that play there, you see he flashes his hands and the ball comes. There's no cadence. There's no verbal cadence. And the NFL, there is. You have to do it.
Yeah, is there any way to get back to it, or is there just certain coaches who just didn't grow up around it, you think, is another thing?
I think it's the basketball on grass. People want to play in an offense. It's throwing the ball, things of that nature. And, as coaches get egos and think we can draw up every play, we can beat Bill Walsh if we needed to. It's just where the game is. Football is a game of evolution, not revolution, so it will evolve back. Maybe 10 years from now we'll see people running the ball a little more.
Yeah, you get to those Catholic schools, they still run it a whole lot under center. At least Trinity St. X do, I know. But
yeah, if you study the NFL, the team that can run the ball wins. And even in college, somewhat.
They'll go on the ground here. Up the middle on first down, the final play of the quarter. Moving forward is Tristan Simpson. He gets all the way inside the 30 to the 29. A big gain of about 12 yards. Picks up a first down, and that's the final play of the quarter. So we'll break. Have the fourth next. It's 32-6. All Lafayette on this Friday on Glycat.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
We're big fans here in Kentucky of great savings at Cartown Kia.
Start the season with a win with savings on an incredible lineup of hot new Kias. Like 2025 Kia Sorento, just $269 a month or buy for 0% financing. Or drive home a new 2025 Kia Seltos, just $209 a month. And win big on hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $169 a month. $169 a month.
Our team is here for your team at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Back on Glycat alongside Jamie Brown, I'm John Baldridge. We thank you for being with us. It's 32-6. Lafayette ahead of the fourth quarter. 12 minutes left to play, and the Generals trying to get back to 500 at 2-2 if they can win today and have outscored 26-0 since the second quarter. And they'll go on the ground here on first down, pushing right side inside the 15. A big hole down inside the 3 for Makai Taylor, I believe, is the ball carrier. They'll make it Simpson.
Sorry, outside zone stretch again. That's been good to him since the beginning of the game. The the coach that brought that to Kentucky and made it a Kentucky play is a guy named Bob Beatty. You might be familiar with. Not a lot of people ran that play in Kentucky till he showed up in year 2000 and made it a staple at Trinity for a long time.
Of course, winning that championship with Trinity in 2021, and then calling it quits.
Yep, living in Missouri.
Hope he's doing all right.
I talked to him a couple years ago. He was doing well.
And there's a loss on the play, trying to hand it off, and a sack as Robbie Moore got there and applied some pressure.
Ball will be spotted at the 17-yard line. Loss of 8 on the play.
A loss of 8 brings up second down and long.
For Lafayette.
Beatty, of course, winning a lot of championships, and now Trinity leaning on one of his former assistants over there.
Yeah, Coach Cobb has done a great job and got a good team this year, and I think they could win it this year and next year.
So hold up and play for a second for the second down, and Kondo still out there. Will take the snap. Pressure comes once again, scrambling for his life, throws off his back hip, and it's intercepted. Taken back by Shelbyville at the 15, pushing past the 25, out around the 29, and it's taken away by Eric Taylor. Picks it away, second INT of the season, second tonight by the Rockets.
Well, as I said earlier, the Shelby County defense has not given up. So maybe the offense can have a little pep here and we can see better body language and get a couple of first downs.
So that possibly, you probably won't come back and win this football game. At least build on some confidence moving into next week in this defense the second time tonight. A nice defensive play.
Yeah, anything you can get as a young team, positive, that's what you want here. That's what you're looking for.
So the offense will come back out. And back out there as well as Eric Taylor, the two-way player with that INT. He's going to line up under center, the running back. Trips out to the far side. One receiver lined out to the bottom of your screen. And Taylor takes the snap, and he'll go left side, keep it with his legs, out past the 31-32, and hit pretty hard out of bounds. Clean hit, still in play. Brings him about second down and 7 or so.
Similar play they ran earlier out of that same formation, but good thing, get you 4 yards. You're on your schedule now. Actually got 5 yards, so.
More than I thought.
Even better.
I'm looking all the way up to the 34. They will make it second and 6. So they moved it back a yard. Second and 6 upcoming. This time Staples under center. Stomps his foot from the shotgun. And he'll run this time. Correction, once again, it's a running back. This time Xavier Owens. And he takes a lick right near the sideline. Has enough for the first down, and that will move the chains.
So same play, different guy running this time.
So many guys under center, it's hard to keep up with a little bit.
Making you work over there.
So Owens moves the chains. All the way to the 40-yard line. First and 10. Shotgun snap taken by Staples. Dumps left side. We got a flag down.
Yeah, we're going to have a hold out here.
As Barr runs out of bounds at the 47, a gain of 7. We'll check the penalty. It's me, Barrow.
There is a flag on the play.
Check the marker.
Yeah, hold on an interior lineman. It was pretty obvious, even from up here. I saw it.
So that will move it back.
Holding against Shelby County.
Make it first down
Be a 10-yard penalty from
and
the
20.
foul.
$9:30 left in regulation. Shelbyville, this Rockets team, a lot of youth on this roster, 85% of the roster we talked about in the pregame show with their head coach. Freshmen, sophomores, and their coach talked about trying to build that football is a family mentality.
Well, and not only the young, it's the third head coach in 3 years. So that really, you're young and you got a third head coach in 3 years. So the program's really set back by that.
This time, Staples hands off. Draw play. Breaking off tackles, able to spin off a tackle was Barrow. Gets out past the 35.
See, this is what we didn't see out of Shelby's offense last drive, is some fight, some into motion. They're doing a good job here. They're playing hard. They're fighting. They're doing the things you need to do to become successful eventually.
Gave him 6 to the 37. Third down and 13. So a chance, more than likely, 4-down territory where you're sitted. And we'll see what they draw up here on third down. Needing to get to the 50-yard line. Shotgun snap, and they're going to go on the ground once again, this time with Taylor trying to spin off tackles. Doesn't get much, maybe, to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll go for it, given the punt woes also. And at this point, you're just trying to get better.
So third down and 12 will come up for the Rockets. And you're right, 4 coaches. Can we get a look at that over there? 4 coaches down there barking out instructions.
I don't think I've ever seen it. It's quite unique, quite honestly.
Great look by our camera crew, my production team here tonight. I mean, who's in charge over there? It's hard to tell sometimes. Got 4 guys. That's what they've been doing all night long.
That could be part of it, but I've never quite seen 4 people. But
nobody's got a headset on either. I like that. They're all calling it down there on the field. Shotgun snap. Staples going to sling it out of play. So that brings up 4th down and long.
The only thing I can figure out is somebody signaling O-line, somebody signaling running back, somebody signaling the receivers, and somebody signaling quarterback. That would make sense, but I can't tell you that's what they're doing. But it is unique.
There's a marker down, so we'll check the penalty. See what the call is here. Will be an ineligible receiver on Shelbyville. Will decline the penalty, and it's 4th down and 12. So Lafayette a chance to get the ball back. They're up 32-6. So they won't possibly, even with a touchdown, they wouldn't be able to go up and have a running clock just yet. That's 35.
Correct, yeah.
So there's still a chance to get off the field here on 4th down. Thank you for being with us. It's been a very pleasant, comfortable, relaxing evening on hand. Hope you enjoyed it. I know if you're a Lafayette fan, I'm sure you have. 4th down and 12. Staples slings over the middle's got a man, 2 receivers there, and it's incomplete. Tight coverage right there, step for step with the receiver was Jackson Grant, the defensive back. It's incomplete and back to the Generals. So we'll take a timeout. 7:31 left in the 4th quarter. On Glycod. We'll be back in a moment.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
Back on Glycod, 1st down upcoming from the 38-yard line. Able to move right side and able to move forward was Tyree Richardson. Close the 1st down, 6 picks up 8. There is a penalty marker down and a 32-6 Lafayette lead. This will be a holding call, move it back. It's been all Generals in this last 3 quarters since the 9-minute mark of the 2nd. 26 unanswered by the Generals. And Coach they just been sharp defensively. Got those, of course, couple of bad punts that set them up inside the 5, and the offense has looked well since that 9-minute mark in the second quarter.
Yeah, as we said earlier, it was really interesting the play that Shelby made changed momentum towards Lafayette. It's kind of weird. But I like what Lafayette has done on defense. Like I said, they're very well coached on defense. They run to the ball, they tackle well. And they got a chance to be good on offense. They got some really good players, and they understand what they're trying to do scheme-wise.
Well, you got to think you got to be better with the penalties, though. Is a big lick, handed it off, and nowhere to go. A nice hit by Robbie Moore back there in a hurry to wrap up the ball carrier.
Yeah, they've had some sloppy moments, and they've overcome them. But the penalties is what, Coach is he's gonna really harp on penalties. He's gonna say, guys, we can't have 14, 15 penalties. We're not gonna beat anybody that's not a young, inexperienced team like Shelby County if we have that many penalties.
Well, they had 11 in the first half, probably at least 5 or 6 in the second half already. Makes it 2nd and 22 after the nice play by Moore in the backfield. They're going to give it, fake the handoff. Kondo screens out right side. It's got a man, not much for Mason Willett, the sophomore. Gets maybe 4 yards, and it's 3rd down and very long.
Yeah, they've got a lot to clean up, like even their high snap, missed exchange, late pass, all the timing's a little off, but they definitely have the potential to be really good.
Brings up 3rd down and 18 at the 46. Need to get down to the 28 of Shelbyville to move the sticks.
They've been pretty good at these long yardage situations, so we'll see.
Shotgun snap. Kondo's going to hand it off and wrapped up once again. And a good job by that defensive front in that series to hold back Lafayette. It brings up 4th down and long.
Yeah, Shelby's just bringing edge pressure now. They got nothing to lose, so just send those guys and try to make a play.
So 4th and 18. They'll punt it away. The punt unit will come out as Grants is back to punt it away at his 42. Clay Seaton back to return. He stands at the 15-yard line. So the Rockets will get one more chance at it. Trying to move the ball offensively and find a little spark here as a high punt by the long snapper. Grants is going to have to take off and run, and he's got blockers, and he'll have the line of gain, trying to get down to the 30-yard line. Is short of the 1st down. Had a big hole, needed 18 yards, got past the line of scrimmage, all the way close to the line of gain, and just fell short.
I tell you, he is a gritty little player. The Grants guy, I mean, he is a gritty little player. And bad snap for Lafayette on the punt, but then nice play by Grants to make it happen. I think Coach Powell here, Coach Miller, Powell Miller, will probably try to do what he can to score, just trying to get a little more momentum, a little more something to build on as they progress through their schedule here.
Got about 4 yards short of the 1st down marker. That brings the offense back out for Shelbyville. Rockets back to work, and they'll start from the 32.
Well, I was looking to see who Shelby has next, and I probably didn't want to look. Franklin County.
Yeah.
One of the best programs in the state, one of the best coaches. So I'm sure Coach Miller this would be a rough week, but they're getting better. You can see it tonight. They're doing little things better.
Throwing over the middle, looking for his man, trying to be brought in by, I believe that was Andrew Clay.
Intended for number 2, Drew Clay.
And it's now 2nd down. Yeah, you mentioned Franklin County next for Shelbyville. West Jasmine for Lafayette next week. We'll break that down, try to tell you where these programs are going on the postgame show. And 2 matchups, both pretty tough next week for both of these ball clubs.
Yeah, as a look, Shelby, I know we're talking later. There's a couple games that are winnable as they go, but next week's going to be a tall task. That's one of the best programs and best coaches in the state. Eddie James does a great job at Franklin County.
2nd down and 10 for Staples. He'll fake the handoff. There was screen right side. It's got a couple blocks that way, but quickly that hole disappeared, wrapped up. It brings up about 3rd down and 7.
Staples pass complete to number 18, Caden Johnson.
Caden Johnson, the receptionist. A nice job to get out there quickly towards the hash marks and bring him down.
I know there's some backups in for Lafayette on defense now too, but they're playing hard. They're running the ball, a lot of enthusiasm. That's a good defense. It really is. Coach was right about his defense.
3rd and 8, need to get to the 42-yard line. 2 receivers each way. Snap by Staples, throws right side and incomplete. Looking towards the sideline, short of the 1st down marker. 4th down.
Intended for number 80.
And what is Luke Gardner, freshman, the intended target there. Coach, though, I mean, you got a lot of freshmen, sophomores, a lot of things to build on, to look forward to if you're a Shelby County Rockets fan.
Well, the good thing about a young team, as I said earlier, you're going to get better every snap, every day, every play. It's just keeping them together and not letting them get frustrated because they're losing.
4th down and 8. Looking left side. He's got his man. Brought in by Seaton. And just short. Fell down at the 41. Needed the 42. Scrambling out left. And Seaton brought it in, but short, and that will turn it over.
Coming back to the ball, the slide, he's just short, yeah.
So that will give it back. We have 3:50 left to Lafayette. We'll break. Come back in a 32-6 game with the conclusion in a moment.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
50 to go. 1st down. Snap, new quarterback in and able to take off is Brandon Dameron. And he runs out of bounds. And 2nd down.
Number 17, Brandon Dameron's pass falls.
No, excuse me, threw it there, my bad. 2nd down. Dameron taking over after a good day. Condo, who threw for 4 touchdowns, ran for 1. And new quarterback in, Dameron, the senior, 6'2", 175. Checks in here in relief. From the 41-yard line, Dameron will take the snap. And it's Muff in the backfield. Dameron right there to jump back on top at the 49 of his own.
Yeah, they've had a lot of issues with snap and handoffs and all that. They got to get that cleaned up. They really need to get cleaned up.
Yeah, we'll talk about where both teams go from here after this ball game. But definitely the penalties for Lafayette and Shelbyville is trying to put together more successful drives, and that special teams unit has to come back and say, hey, when you watch the film, that's really going to bite the coaches.
Yeah, I mean, those 2 touchdowns really changed the whole complexion of the game. I mean, just 2 easy touchdowns. At that point, it's a tight game, and who knows where it goes from there. You just cannot make those mistakes.
Glycod, a lot of action tonight. Maybe you were checking out another game, and that one came to a close. You joined us. I'm sure this has got to be one of the last games moving this evening, but we thank you for tuning us in. Glycod.com, wherever you checked us out. 3rd down and 20. Dameron, lefty's going to throw a screen left side. up to the 50. The ball falls out, but down first was the receptionist. A gain of 1. And it's 4th down. Mason Willett brought it in.
Coach Miller just puts his head down because when things are not going well, they just don't go well. We've all been there in coaching. It's a tough road sometimes, but they'll get there. They'll get there. You just want something to go right for these kids so they feel better, so you get something positive. That's all you're looking for.
And I think you mentioned a good point, 3 different coaches in 3 different years. They can keep the consistency of one guy around. That will really help this program as well.
No doubt.
Damron's pass overshoots his receiver on 4th and 19. And that will turn it over, and once again, another shot with 2:41 left for the Rockets to get some points.
Because even within, you change those head coaches, but you've also probably changed a bunch of assistant coaches in that time. Sometimes a new head coach comes in, keeps 3 or 4 guys, but I don't think they have. I think each time they've changed, they've basically changed staff, so you're changing everything.
The receiving core, we talked about it some tonight, but not a whole lot, but has been really good. I know it was talked about a lot by John Lawson for Lafayette, but you got to be happy with Locklear, Coleman, Grants the junior, 2 of those guys being juniors. A lot of talent out there on the sides for the quarterback in Condo.
Yeah, I've been impressed with how they run their routes, how they go get the ball, how they finish routes, their ability to get yardage after the catch. That is a really good group of receivers that he works with, and he spread the ball around. He gets it to all of them, and that doesn't always happen either for quarterbacks.
Back out there is Shelbyville. Staples, screen pass, will one hop to his receiver. Trying to throw it downfield, a double pass.
Yeah,
for
trying to
Xavier
throw
Owens.
a double pass, but that pass was forward.
Intended for number 7, Zay Owens.
I know that's one you like to have back. And if you're Hal Miller, he was a quarterback here for Shelbyville. He's got to be thinking about how can I make this young quarterback in Staples better for the next 2 years he has him after this season.
Well, obviously you got to get better, and I knew this was coming. He was upset earlier, and he's got some assistant coaches saying some things, and he's told him to be quiet.
Flag on the play.
So it's a sideline warning. That basically is telling you, I've had enough, stop. And I'm not really sure what he was upset with. He talked to the referee last break. I'm not sure what's going on that he's upset, but he definitely is upset, and now somebody just said something. So.
He mentioned the scary thing wasn't leading on freshmen and sophomores on our call this morning, but he talked about, having to expect so much out of so many young underclassmen and freshmen and sophomores when you're in your first year. And I know that has to be a challenge for a program that's trying to find what it's like to be a winning culture and what it feels like to be a Rocket football player again.
Well, because you haven't had any examples. You haven't won, and nobody on this team understands the 1987 state championship team.
Yeah.
You and I went to school, as we talked about earlier, where the tradition lives, and everybody knows about it that shows up. But they don't know about those teams, so you got to educate them, and you got to get guys on your staff that understand it. And when things are going bad, you have to keep your composure. You can't let things get you off track.
2nd down and 15. Staples scrambling out left side's got his man complete inside Lafayette territory. Seaton brings it in at the 47. Gain at about 7. Brings up 3rd down. Maybe 6 or 7 here.
And then the other thing that hurts you is you have a team, your other high school in the county is good and really good right now. So these kids are like, well, we're terrible, they're good. And it's just a mindset and psychology you got to overcome.
3rd and 7. Staples pressure from his right, now scrambling back towards his left, keeping his eyes downfield. Throws, got his man. It's complete. A beautiful play brought in by Xavier Owens. That moves the sticks and a 1st down. Probably the best play we've seen all second half, maybe all night from Shelbyville. Kept his eyes downfield, moved around in the pocket, and Owens was open to move the sticks.
Yeah, nice catch. I tell you, the little guy's got some, moxie. He stays with it. He plays hard. He's shifty. He's a good little player. he grows and gets bigger and stronger, he's going to be a decent quarterback for Shelby County.
A little mojo on that pass right there.
There's a word for you, mojo, yeah.
He'll take it, and it throws an interception here. Screen pass, look right, then flicked it back to his left, and it was taken away by Lafayette. And Bryson Winchester. A flag is down.
Yeah, the Lafayette really read that one. That was a nice play by him. And I'm not sure he deserved a flag for just pointing, but I guess because he was on the sideline and we've had some other things going on, he's going to get a flag on that. I'm not really sure he deserved it. But
yeah, the sophomore read it very well. Kept his eyes right where the quarterback was looking, and you could read that one like a book. So a penalty.
First and 10, Lafayette.
We'll move it back here for Lafayette with 1:26 left. Still 2 timeouts for both teams, but you have to expect maybe just a couple of kneel downs, a couple runs, and they'll try to take things back to the locker room and head back home with victory.
You would think so, but you never know. You might want that young quarterback to throw it, and you're not quite sure sometimes in each situation what's going to happen. But you would think you'd run the ball and just get out of here.
So they'll start at the 26-yard line, 1st and 10. And they're going to hand the ball, goes through the quarterback's hand. It falls on the turf. And Lafayette got back on top.
You know, going back to our earlier conversation about shotgun, this is the other reason it drives me crazy. People don't go under center. The bad snaps. You can go under center here, get every snap, run the ball, get it over with. And how many times does a bad snap cost people? The reliance on the shotgun is interesting to me.
Under 1 minute left. Spent all Generals 26 unanswered since the second quarter. They're going to hand it on the ground and go left side with it. Breaking off tackles past the 30, close to the first down marker. And a nice run by Tyree Richardson. Has almost the first down. They'll give it to him. And that will probably be the final play here this evening. We'll see if they run it out. Richardson, a nice run. And with 25 seconds left, that'll probably send us home. As Lafayette will get back to 500. That will do it. They'll win it 32-6, the time running out. They'll get back to 2-2. As Shelbyville goes to 0-4. The Rockets now are 15 straight losses and have lost 4 straight for the second straight year. Teams will shake hands. We'll come back with our post-game show, give you some numbers as well as go through the stats, the summary, games next week, and our players that really caught our eye. Stay with us. Post-game show is next. Final 32-6 as Lafayette wins it on Glycat.
Listen up. Overwhelmed by noise. We live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
Leaves and other dirt and grime are no match against the experts at Suntime Pools, your BioGuard dealer. Weekly service, computerized water testing, or just need advice. Our reputation has made us the company of choice for all your pool needs. Visit us today for a full line of BioGuard swimming pool products. Suntime Pools.
Hey, who turned out the lights? Hello?
Drive with the confidence and security of a pre-owned Kia from Cartown Kia. This incredible certification package is loaded with a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, 10 years of national roadside assistance, and 2 years of free maintenance. Choose from over 70 certified pre-owned Kias or over 1,000 vehicles of all makes and models. It's new car driving at used cars prices with certified pre-owned Kias from CartownKiaUSA.com.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Cartown Kia, your dealership for unmatched design, performance, and savings at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville. Visit them online at CartownKiaUSA.com.
Back on Glycon, we welcome into the post-game show as the final on this Friday. Final score, Lafayette wins it 32-6, scoring 26 straight unanswered. Back with Jamie Brown, I'm John Baldridge. And, Coach, it was one-sided. Was, that big play and made it 6-6, set him up inside the 5-yard line, got in for Shelby County. But since then, it was all Lafayette.
Yeah, Lafayette took the next drive, went right down and scored. Shelby actually had a couple first downs or decent drive, and then, of course, the punt problem set in. And then every time Shelby made a mistake after that, Lafayette took advantage. So really impressed with Lafayette's ability to take advantage of mistakes and then overcome their own mistakes with penalties and things of that nature. They converted a lot of third and longs, converted a fourth down for a touchdown. Those are the things that will make you better as you go, but you have to eliminate those penalties. And then they had their own kicking mistake on a punt, obviously, that you just can't have if you're going to beat good teams.
You see Shelby County down there right now at their first-year head coach and Pal Miller. What do you preach? What do you talk about after a loss like this to try to get your team built in for the next week when you're 0-4?
Well, you have a tough opponent coming up, so I'm sure he's being positive overall, talking about the good things they did, that they played hard, but then bringing up the mistakes and saying we've got to get better, we've got to be better at practice. Everything matters in practice. Kicking game matters in practice. Small things matter. And there's a few little plays here and there that if they make them, it's a totally different game. But when you're losing, when you're young, when you're building, you don't make them. The winning teams do, losing programs don't. And he's going to get them there. That's what his goal is.
Yeah, and we'll talk about where Lafayette goes. They have a good game coming up against West Jasmine next week. We'll talk about that. But we'll also get into tonight's scoreboard. Is presented by Don Franklin Auto, driven by family. And now a look at tonight's scoring summary brought to you by IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. We thank all our sponsors on Glycad. Look at that scoring summary. No scoring in the fourth quarter. It was 6-6 at one point with 41 seconds left. Tristan Barrow ran in from 7 yards out, tied the game, a missed extra point was blocked. But then J.J. Richardson, a 5-yard run, made it 13-6 after a punt that went right through the hands of the punter, Cale Lockler, from 14 yards out on a punt that was blocked. Made it 19-6 with 7:04 left in the second. Then Jackson Grants, a 14-yard touchdown from Condo, his fourth on the day, made it 26-6, and then Condo ran it in from 13 yards out in the third quarter with about 6 minutes left. Not 5:59, made it 32-6. Scoring stopped after that point, and that was your scoring summary this evening. We'll take a break, go through the stats as well, have our keys. Not keys, you know what I mean, the players of the game. Get into a late night, but final score 32-6 as Lafayette wins it on Glycad.
Let's get real. we offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
This is Woody with Simpsonville Automotive. Hope you're enjoying the game. We're leaders in customer care because we're always on. Free air out front 24/7. Our gift to the town. It's always on. 6 loaner cars ready for pickup or delivery anytime. After hours, use our drop box or secure pickup boxes anytime. My team gets it done. Simpsonville Automotive. We are leaders in customer care.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Welcome back on Glycod. Final score 32-6. Lafayette wins it in Shelbyville against Shelby County. Look at the final stats quickly from this ball game. 13 first downs to 5 for Lafayette. Pass yards for Lafayette, 22 passes for 110. To me, that was rushing. The rush yards was 28 for negative 14 for Shelby County. Pass yards 211 for Lafayette, 45 for Shelbyville. Big story for Lafayette was those penalties. Had 17 for 192, had the ball for 21 minutes, went 3 for 7 on third down, 1 for 3 on fourth down. Meanwhile, for Lafayette, they were 4 for 26 with penalties this year. Meanwhile, tonight, we're 26 minutes of possession time, so won that. We're 3 for 13 on third down. Individual numbers, Kondo rushed for 5 yards, 5 carries for 5 yards. Good day for J.J. Richardson, 5 for 33. Kondo, 12 for 25 for 210 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, along of a 60-yard pass, and was sacked 3 times. Cole Lockler, 4 receptions, and 89 yards and a touchdown. Colton Coleman, 3 receptions for 72 yards and a touchdown. Jackson Grant had 3 receptions for 40 yards and a touchdown. Meanwhile, for Shelbyville, Eric Taylor, rushing-wise, 10 carries for 31 yards. Riley Staples, 8 for 23, 45 yards, and no touchdowns, and a long of 15-yard pass. And Clay Seaton, 5 receptions for 25 yards. Xavier Owens a catch. Meanwhile, with Eric Taylor with a catch in their loss this evening. That's your stats from this ball game. We look at the players to game. Some players that really caught our eye. Brought to you by Simpsonville Automotive. We're always on. back with Jamie Brown. And Jamie, we'll start with Lafayette. The visitors, they looked well. Who caught your eye and stood out tonight from them?
Well, a lot of excellent players for them, but I thought Kondo did a good job of managing the offense, running the offense, spreading the ball around. As I said earlier, he threw it to 3 or 4 different receivers throughout the game. He never lost his calm. When they called on him to run the ball, they called 3 running plays. I remember specifically for him, he gained yardage, including a touchdown. So you could give it to a lot of people for Lafayette, but I think he stood out, his play and his ability to run the offense.
For Shelby County, it was a tough night throughout. They're 0-4, but, you got a lot of underclassmen, freshmen, sophomores you can lean on to for the years to come. And I think there was multiple guys you could say, hey, I think that guy, he's got a lot of potential moving forward. But was there one guy in particular you're going to say, hey, he really stood out, caught my eye, or impressed me this evening?
I really liked the little guy, Seaton. I thought his effort, every time he touched the ball, he ended up with 3 or 4 catches, if I remember correctly. His ability to run after he caught the ball, and then he just plays hard and he stands out. He's really a quick little guy. Make you miss in a phone booth, as we say in the coaching parlance. So I think he embodies what Coach Pal Miller's looking for, the guy that plays hard the whole game, gives an effort, never gives in. So I feel like he's a good choice.
Clay Seaton, those 5 receptions for 25. Look good this evening. That's our most outstanding players, brought to you by Simpsonville Automotive. We're always on. We'll take a break, have the final segment, wrap it up from Shelbyville in a moment on Glide Cut.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Here to hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side.
Little everyday conversations about the dangers of underage drinking can make a big difference in a child's life. Talk, they hear you.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Cartown Kia in Nicholasville, movement that inspires, and by Carpenter's Local 1650. Build your winning career today.
Back on the post-game show here in Shelbyville. Final score 32-6. I'm John Baldridge with Jamie Brown, wrapping it up on our final segment this evening. Get into where we talked about where Shelbyville goes from here. We'll get into Lafayette and their game next week and look at the schedule for both teams in a second. But first, we'll look at our upcoming schedule for Glycad next week, brought to you by New Visa. They see the good ahead. Good schedule next week. Of course, the marquee matchup when you look at the docket is Trinity Male, but so many good games. Providence and Charleston over in Indiana, Bryan Station and Tate's Creek, Meade County, Collins, Anderson County, Carroll County, and Fern Creek at Ballard. Keep an eye on all those exciting matchups as we'll have you covered. Glycad.com, on YouTube, wherever you find us. Glycad has you with high school football, high school basketball as well in Kentucky. Coach, we talked about this Shelby County team, where they go from here, and they really played their hearts out even with that tough loss, and I continued to build in the second half, and I know they have a lot of young talent moving forward. Meanwhile, for this Lafayette team, they had the talent now. Their fourth-year head coach, and John Lawson's been around this program, built the players he wants, has a lot of seniors, a lot of juniors who have stepped up with Kondo, Locklear, Coleman, Grants. We talked about their offense attack, but also the defense. That interior front's been very good. They got potential to be able to put together a really good season, a winning season again, over at Lafayette.
And as they move forward and they start playing the Lexington teams, their district teams, people that they know a little better, that's where coaching sets in. And you saw some things tonight he did, like committing to the run, calling the quarterback run, things like that. He's trying to build for the end of that schedule as they get into those Lexington teams, West Jessamine next week, and those teams around them and in the Lexington area that they know very well. And so that's what he was trying to do tonight, is get his team ready for that.
Yeah, you mentioned West Jasmine next week as well for Franklin County. They'll take on Shelbyville here at Shelbyville next Friday. That's going to wrap it up for our broadcast. Generals go to 2-2. They win it. Meanwhile, Shelbyville, for the second straight year, dropped to 0-4. Final score one more time was 32-6 for our entire crew. For Jamie Brown, our entire staff led by our producer, Scott Moore. Excellent running the ones and twos over there. Our camera crew up top. My name is John Baldridge. Have a great rest of your weekend. Take care, and we'll speak to you next time on Glycad.
From Glycad, this has been Central Kentucky High School Football. Tonight's game was brought to you by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for your world. Man of War Harley-Davidson. 100% Kentucky owned and operated. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. New Vista. We see the good ahead. Martin's Peterbilt. Keeping you rolling. Elite Building Products in Nicholasville, where you'll find top quality products for your home. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment. The right equipment for the right job. Suntime Pools and Spas. Good people to know if you have a pool. And by Fast Signs.
Visit Glycod.com and follow us on social media for information about upcoming broadcasts and other high school sports content. Thank you for watching this live sports presentation on Glycod.